Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the show today. Very happy to have you here. Hopefully, you had yourselves a good weekend. I know that mine was, busy and quiet at the same time, which is always good. It's an absolute gorgeous day for me here, though. I mean, it's one of those perfectly blue sky sunny days, and it's just cool enough. Well, in the afternoon, it'll start getting humid, I think. But it is nice, dude. But I have hardly any coffee. I mean, maybe I can lick some off the edge, but that's not recommended. Anyway, we're continuing session 7 of Fortress of Hope here. This is moving along at a neck break pace. Breakneck. There's the one. I got it. I found English. But anyway, hi, lady.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah. Now, how was your weekend? What did you get up to?
Second floor of the hospital.
Why?
Sugar got too low, so they kept me for 3 days.
Yeah, stop that.
Yeah,
You
Goodness
with a
gracious.
life, stop dying.
Yes, stop that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's not acceptable. Get over, hit that
That's
Okay.
like and share button. Let everybody know we're on if they want to come on here today. But
Someone cue the gif of Lemon. Is it Lemon? What's his name? Lemon Drop. The annoying lemon guy from Adventure Time.
never
oh
watched
yeah,
it.
stop that.
Yeah,
But
how he goes. Unacceptable.
Oh, I never watched that
unacceptable.
show. I have no clue. Yeah, but yeah, stop that. That's a very good point. Uh,
That's gonna be my healing check. If I have nothing in medical and I go over to someone, I'm dying, help! Stop that. That's
you
I'm gonna
know,
walk away.
um, lady,
Yes.
all seriousness, I do have a helpful health suggestion for you if you'd like. Um, you know that stuff they have here over here in Japan? It's called green tea.
Yes, I know green tea.
Drink it every day as if it were your religion.
Hot or cold?
Either.
Either.
No, seriously, drink green tea, no sugar, just straight.
I
Drink
do.
green tea. It's amazing the response it has. Because one of the great things, you ever wonder why the Japanese are all so thin, right? I mean, they don't eat a lot of sugars anyway. But the green tea, what one of the great health benefits of green tea is it makes you feel full. Therefore, you eat less. It's pretty handy.
It's not gonna stop me.
Well, if you're persistent, but I'm just saying that when that will help you eat less sugar, therefore not have sugar problems. Although it depends on what your diabetes is. Are you the type that you need to make sure you have sugar, or you have the type
Yeah.
that you really shouldn't be eating sugar? Which one you got?
Well, I shouldn't be eating sugar, but my sugar was too low.
Right. Yeah. So you
Yeah.
need to have a certain amount of food in your belly, which you should do anyway. But yeah, I'm telling you, the green
Yeah.
tea will help you though. It really will.
Sometimes you're just not hungry.
Yeah, but the green tea has many benefits, but one of those is just making you feel full so that you will eat less in a day. It's a good diuretic. You know what I mean? It'll
Yeah.
it'll
Hmm.
it'll help you. I know. You know I had a diabetes scare like 12, 13 years ago, right?
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
around. I
Yeah.
can't believe we were around, but we were around.
No, this is before I did the show a little bit, but yeah, no,
Well, I remember you talking about it.
yeah. So, I mean, I had to go through the process. I understand 100%. Really, I do. And I lost like 90 pounds, I guess, something like that. So, I know I had to go through the process. And of course, the good thing is I did lose a lot of weight. So I feel a lot better in that regard. Of course, I do a little bit of exercise every morning, not much really, very little, just a little bit of cardio really. But because one of the problems I had was my back and particularly my left knee from, I play football for since I was a little kid, right? Um,
Yeah.
yeah, my joints weren't happy, But I lost all that weight, boy. I hardly ever have pain in my knee or back. Only when it like raining. It helps. It helps. But you got to get at it. I understand though. I do. Anyway, hey, Ethereal, what did you do this weekend? No, Chester, I did
Yes, you
nothing.
did.
I ate whatchamacallit bars, and I was thinking of Chester because he loves
Just
them.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, fair, fair. I do love me some whatchamacallit. You
And
know, I
bought
was
lady
disappointed.
some eyes in game.
Oh, nice, nice. Well, like I said, I had sugar problems, and I had to cut it out pretty much. But I still love me a whatchamacallit. But you know what was really sad, GOP?
hmm
I forget how I got it. Somebody sent some over to me, and they sent me some Reese's Pieces because those are the two things I loved when I was in America. The whatchamacallits were still banging badass, really good, still the best candy bar ever. However, the Reese's Pieces, man, they were not what I remembered. They were not as good. Either they changed the recipe or my palate changed. I don't know, but they weren't good. I was
Well, it's
very
been a while
disappointed.
since I've
The
had
chemicals
them,
have
so I don't know.
changed.
Yep. We need a different mix.
Yeah, and
These are not addictive enough.
maybe that's the problem, but they were not as good. But the whatchamacallits were badass. What is your favorite candy bar, GOP?
Um, See, I always liked Crunch bars when I was growing up. That was
Yeah, the
kind of my thing.
crunch are good. Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Payday.
Crunch bars.
Paydays are great, dude. I love me some payday.
Mostly because I'm allergic to chocolate. So paydays.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, paydays. Allergic to chocolate. That's a bummer, dude.
They got a payday now that has chocolate on it.
Ooh, that
No.
sounds perfect. That's a Baby Ruth, though. Let's be fair.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Yeah. What's your favorite lady?
I really don't have a favorite.
I definitely do. Whatchamacallit. Of course, I still enjoy, but I just eat very rarely. But when I was a little kid, though, if I did a good job with my chores, because my grandmother basically raised me, right? I did a good job with my chores, and I was a good boy. My grandmother kept in her tarp drawer, in her vanity in her bedroom. She had always had a bag of was 100,000 grand bar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
100 gram bar.
100 grand
I think
bars,
100.
and she'd give me one if I was a good boy. That's good memories from those. So
Well, we
Quantifiable.
all know that
back.
we the little cups is the best.
My grandmother was a Withers original kind of lady.
Oh
The
wow.
classic.
Those are okay. Those are okay. And Reese's peanut butter cup they're okay, but they don't taste the same as they did. It might just be my palate change though.
Maybe.
Yeah, because I've been in Japan for 23 years. Goodness gracious,
Too long.
a long time. Yeah. Well, I lived
I'm
here longer
home.
than I have anywhere else, so my palate has probably just changed.
Yeah.
But American food is way too sweet. It took me years, over here before I could taste anything. Seriously.
Oh yeah.
Japanese food is so mild. Although I've been told that white people don't have got no spices.
Apparently not.
I think
Even
they,
though we went to war and conquered the world for spices.
yeah, I know it's weird, but I think they got the wrong type of white people because I don't know if you guys know this. I'll give you a little bit of anthropological knowledge. Did you know that the Japanese are actually classified as Caucasoid?
Yes, they're Caucasians as well.
Yeah.
And they don't have no spices.
And now that's a truthful statement. Now that's a truthful statement. They barely even they kind of breathe on the salt bottle, and the idea of salt goes on the stuff.
hmm
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's the Perrier version.
That's why
of
they look at me
seasoning.
weird whenever I ask
Yeah.
for like soy sauce after I've like almost poured out the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, that's where most of their salt and interestingly enough, iodine comes out of that kind of stuff. But nevertheless, cool. I've rambled enough. We're all here. Although no one's in the chat though. I got 2 watching though. So
That's you
Right.
and me.
it might be. We'll wait and see if Dave drops up in here. But nevertheless, we were in the middle of a battle. Although I
Yeah.
did forget to do something, Puffin, before we get
Uh-huh.
to Gobopolis, and it's completely my
Mhm.
fault. So I will do it
Mhm.
now. I did not roll for my new hit points, so I'm doing it now. Okay.
Okay.
A
Yay!
million.
Woo!
Wow,
Excellent. 5 more hit points.
Oh, shoot. I better bring up my
5
character.
more.
Duh.
And yeah, he still would die.
I mean, it depends. This wizard seems to make logical, tactical decisions.
Oddly, even
Oddly.
even though he mainly thinks about cookies and
Mm-hmm.
giant orc women.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
Well, which are synonymous. But anyways,
That's the
so
basis of all tactics.
That is
that's the
true.
basis of all tactics.
That is
Cake
true.
and where it comes from.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Baked
so
goods.
baked goods. So we are going to begin this. So we have a lady and a dragon whose character is currently unconscious in a healing pit, extra crispy. And lady is inside the church, just helping board up the windows, while the mages at this repository of coup d'etat warriors has attempted to siege the religious establishments to make sure that the acolytes, because the greater powers have been drawn away for um, you know yearly meetings that they have to discuss Gobopolis, and they decided to attack at this exact point
Which
and
was
cut
smart
off the
planning.
And they cut off the gates. So the first place they hit were like the Wizard's Towers, so that they couldn't walk back into Gobopolis to intervene. So they actually have to travel the normal way to get back, um, which is going to take them a really, really long time. So these invaders are probably the highest level things in the city at
Okay.
this point.
The ones
Well,
that got the kitty cat.
yep.
hmm
I see.
hmm
Okay. Well, I'm with the mayor. So
Okay, so they're going to be besieging the church, and there's some of them were injured. They're going to, of course, heal themselves and continue to assault the church. I'm going to roll damage. So let me see here. Actually, I'm gonna have Lady. Lady, you're the only character in the church right now with the acolytes, so I need you to roll a d6 for damage. Because the acolytes are trying their best to fortify the door and keep it safe. The doors are reinforced. It has 40 health, but each cycle, not necessarily a round, it will take 1d6 damage.
Any pluses for that?
I hope not. 1d6. Just 1d6
One,
damage.
one, one, one. Of course, a four.
4. All right, so the door takes 4 damage as they begin bombarding it. While that's happening, GOP, you are with the Goblin Mafia. What are you doing? The
Okay,
city is
well,
in turmoil. There's goons that are not mafia goons running around and killing townspeople while trying to, and attacking all kinds of stuff.
I mean, the mafia guys, we need to keep pushing,
Okay.
so we'll try and gather as many of them as we can and have like a united front and, you know, um, now my character doesn't know what's going on in either places.
Mm-hmm.
Like he doesn't know what's going on at the mayor's office and he doesn't know what's going on at the temple, but he does know that his friends are at the temple. I'm just trying not to metagame this, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna roll some dice to see if we start heading off towards the mayor's office to try and meet up with
Mm-hmm.
Chester's character,
hmm
So
or
here's a question. What, to your character, would be the most logical thing to do to protect the infrastructure of Gobopolis? Go to the churches or go to protect the mayor?
be the mayor.
Yeah.
That's organization.
So you're going to head to the mayor's office. So as you're going towards the mayor's office, I need you to make a D20, which is a reef. It's basically a sneaky roll, would be if you have infiltration. If you don't, make a survival at disadvantage.
Survival at disadvantage. Okay.
That just means the highest the base dice can be is 10.
Okay, and then I think I should have +2. 9 total.
All right, so you are spotted by some goons. Combat begins. Roll initiative.
Okie dokie.
There are only
You're
3 goons.
spotted by goons, so battle begins.
Thank you, lady. I needed that.
You're welcome.
You go before the goons because they have a 10 reflex.
Are the goblins going with me? Like
The
on my
goblins
turn?
the goblins will go after you. Actually,
Okay.
let me see where they go. They'll go
Last.
after the goons. They'll go
Okay.
last.
And how many
And
goons did you say there were?
there's
Because I know it's
3
kind of disorganized, but
there's 3 goons, there's 4 goblins with you. Each one of
okay.
them has one of those has their Tommy guns. You know, their rapid fire dart guns.
Okay.
Basically, think of like, an airsoft, but instead of firing little beads, they fire, poison darts. Boop, 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 boop,
I'm
boop.
gonna go for the goon that looks the most squishy.
Okay.
Okay.
They all look pretty solid.
Fair enough. Well, man,
But
I'm just
make a, well, you know what? You might have to make an intelligence roll.
okay. Plus 4. 11.
All right. You don't notice anything, but one of these goons, there seems to be a shimmer about him. The one on the left.
Okay. Well, I'll start with because I don't know what that shimmer is. I mean, it could
Mhm.
be defensive in nature. I
Mhm.
mean, does he look like a mage or something, or does he just look
No,
like a
he
normal
looks
goon?
like a rough and tumble guy.
Okay.
But there is
It
something
looks like a what?
rough and tumble. He looks like,
Okay.
his name is
thug,
like,
a
his
thugie.
name's, yeah, he could be
Okay.
named Knuckles.
Oh,
Okay, fair enough. I'll go for the one opposite to him. So you said he was the one on the left or or
You want to go
whatever.
for the guy on the right if you're avoiding the shimmering dude.
Yeah, I'll avoid the shimmering guy.
Okay.
I'll be in my max distance from him. Just
Mm-hmm.
just because I'm sure they'll move up on me, but that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to swing my
Okay.
axe, my
Now, these
halberd.
guys are not pushovers, but they are
I don't
easily
expect them to
pushed.
be. Okay.
I was like, I know you didn't get a 4. I mean, it doesn't have plus
No,
4. You got
I
like a
have.
plus 10
Oh, on what?
on your attack roll.
Oh yeah, no,
No,
I haven't
plus
done my
7.
attack roll yet.
Hmm.
No, I have a
Yeah.
plus 10. 23.
Let me roll real fast because, ooh, your attack is deflected.
Okay.
Shield
So,
play.
oh, they all have shields. Okay.
Mm-hmm. They all have bucklers, which count as shields.
All right. And then
Which means their range defense sucks.
fair enough. Well, that's for my little friends to handle.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just make sure. I am 15 feet away, so if they do charge me, I do get to get the puncture bonus. But okay,
If
I
they
do a
miss,
D4. True. But yeah, D4. They still will take the D4, which is only 1 point. So
oh, all right. So they take 1. So now it goes to the goons, and the goon that you just attacked. Well, he took exception to that, and he's going to rush you,
okay,
and he's going to try to give you the business. So
fair
let's see.
enough.
The businessman.
That is a miss.
He is gonna miss. Actually, let's see.
And
Would well, I know as the GM what your active melee defense is. What is it?
it's 20.
20. Okay. Well, go ahead, puncture him.
you're not
D12.
very tanky.
I will be once I get my my spear stuff all
Once
the
he
way up.
gets his max spear
Oh,
defense,
I will be insane.
his melee defense goes up to 30.
He takes
Okay.
9 points of damage, so
9
he's up to
points of
10
damage as you
damage.
have. He's taken
Just
10
if we're
damage.
getting killed.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, his
That's
defenses are that, but like AoE bypasses all that stuff. It just goes
Yeah.
after your reflex. So if you have a 10 reflex and like a 30 range defense, it's 1d20 versus 10 because that's your reflex to get out of play. So this game, unlike D&D, has a lot more things to make sure that, yes, you can be very defensive and powerful in one way, but there's always a way to bypass it.
Oh, and since I did roll with my crit range, shouldn't he have still taken damage even if he had the shield play? That would have just
The shield deflects the attack.
okay. All right,
I
fair
wrote it
enough.
specifically for GOPs. I mean min-maxers. Anyways, so
Yeah, all right.
the next goon sees what happened to him, and since your puncture is once per round, I believe he is going to rush up, but he's going to do something different. He's going to move up a little bit, and he takes out his bow, and he's going to fire at you.
Okay.
Boom,
Well,
baby!
that'll hit.
Got you. Natural 20, baby. I love the skull and crossbones. Let's see here. So
I
that's
hate it personally.
let's see here. So there's that, and he gets to add because he has enough of the rank. And does he have any other damage bonus? He does. There he is. Hiya! 16 points of damage. Also, you are
Okay.
exposed, which reduces your ranged defense versus the next hit against you to 10 because he rolled within his keyword range.
16 points. Okay, that reduces by 2. So 13 points. Okay.
Wait, 16 minus 2 is 14.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I was thinking 15. I don't know why.
What? He's
I don't
trying to
know.
cheat. Do you see that, Chester? He's trying to cheat
What?
me out of
No,
anything.
what? No, that's okay. Whatever.
It's
So
okay.
the
He's an
last guy.
American. I hear they do math poorly.
Oh,
That's
yeah, that's
true.
true. So you see the next guy looks at you, and he rushes towards you um,
I'm going to get some
to
coffee. I'll be back.
to swing at you, but it's really weird. It's like he stops way outside of where, like, his fist would connect with you. And he's gonna use his human bonus to give himself advantage, so that's a 20 to hit.
Well, 20 hits.
Okie dokie. So he cracks into you, and you hear make a you would roll a intelligence with advantage.
Okay.
Difficulty 15
All right. I think this
because
is
it is the heat
right.
of battle. You got it.
Yeah.
Whenever he hits you, you hear the sound of metal on metal.
And I don't see metal on him. So he's
No,
probably like in disguise. Like the shimmer is probably like an illusion.
it is.
Okay.
So he hits for 10 damage when he punches you. But the impact feels large. Like the impact feels like a fist much larger than a human fist. But he is human. Like he is not shimmering, the air around him is. Now that you have a better look.
Okay. So
And also, with that intelligence roll, you notice that he's slightly floating.
Well, I was already reduced in health. So I'm down to 23. So we'll see how this
Did
goes.
you use evasion? Because you had evasion to cut damage in half.
I keep forgetting about that. You're right. I
So
should
you
do
only
that.
took 7 from the first hit, and then you can use evasion again to take 5 from the next one.
That's a good point. I should do that.
Okay, so now all the goblin goons are going to attack these guys. They can't really see the shimmering dude, but they can see the other dudes, and they're going to take their shot. First one, miss. Next one. Oh, it was almost on the natural 20. Miss. Got him. And last one. Got him
Oh,
and applies exposed. So here's the damage on the goblin since they're small, but he did get within his range. So D6, there we go. And it's a rapid fire weapon, so it's going to do 11, and then the other one hits. It's just a rapid fire weapon. So this dude takes 26 points of damage. Who's already taken 10. He's taken 36. He hates his life right now. This goon does not like what's happening.
okay.
And so now it goes back to the top, which is you.
All right. Okay.
This is how many rounds so far?
One
That
round.
was just the first round, yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna hit the one guy who's injured. So
Yep. He doesn't look good. He looks pretty bad. He looks as bad as
oh my god.
that will miss.
Yep.
And so now it will go to the dude you just swung at, who was like, "Oh shoot!"
Because I don't think
Or
I
you
get the
missed.
D4 if I miss. So
Yeah, not if you miss. But he missed. Puncture him.
cool. That's what I'm gonna do.
Well, does puncture only apply when they're moving up to you, or just if they miss their attack?
Let me look. Because spear
I thought
work.
it was if they move and then attack and miss.
It was spear work, right? Yeah.
Yep. And the document has tabs on the side. You can find
Okay,
it.
you can anchor yourself versus charge. Oh, so it has to be a charge.
Has to be a charge. Yep.
So yeah, he doesn't take that damage
Yep,
unless one of them charges at me.
they can't melee. It just backs up and charges forward like World of Warcraft. Okay, so the second one, he missed, and so then the next one's going to attack. He misses, and then the last guy looks at him and shakes his head, and is like, "You guys is worthless."
That'll do it.
Bonk.
It's
I'm like,
good.
look, that's what you got to do to bonk somebody, you nerds.
Mm-hmm.
Supposed to hit him on top of the head.
Yeah,
Shouldn't this guy be working for the Goblin Mafia?
He could have been if he had made better life choices. But you are crushed, GOP.
I'm crushed.
Which means, as you know, let's see. No, he rolled his critical range. Never mind. He didn't get a 17. He has to get a 17 to 20 to crush you. And all crush does is you can't make anything but basic attacks and basic movement. You know, like no teleportation, no special jumping nonsense. But he did crit, so whammo. 8 damage. Once again, you hear the scraping of steel against metal. And now the goblins are going to shoot at this guy that they injured because he's exposed, so they just have to beat a 10. They still hit him. Thank God. Is he still alive? Yes. Yes, he is, with 1 hit point. Let's see here. Can the next goblin take him down? Holy crap. Well, he's paced. The dude is dead. 100% dead.
The one that I was fighting directly with, who had already taken damage.
The one on the left. He just gets riddled with darts, and so the other 2 goblins are going to attack the middle guy.
Oh!
That'll hit. And then let's see here. That'll miss. So 1 hits him. And what is the base on that? That's 14 damage. That's 18. So he is also exposed. So ranged attacks are going to be hitting on a 10. The next range attack against that dude. He has taken 14 points of damage. Okay. -1 because reasons. So 13. There we go. So now it will go to the back to the top. You, GOP, 1 down. Your goblin buddies are helping.
Yeah, I gotta also remember to actually use my dread approach stuff. So like, if an enemy is attacking me outside of 20 feet, I don't know what the one character who was using. Well, you said he stopped charging, so I don't know what he was at, but
he has a 10-foot reach, so he was 10 feet away from you when he punched you.
Okay. What about the one who was using a ranged attack?
He was 15 feet away. He moved up 5 shot.
Oh, okay, gotcha. And I gotta also remember I'd heal for 1d4 whenever I land a hit. But that's okay. So I'm gonna attack the middle one.
Mm-hmm.
Not the big tanky guy, but well, who looks more hurt? I would assume the middle guy.
The middle guy looks more hurt. He's actually been hit. Yeah. Okay. Neither one of the other 2 guys. Like the only one that was hit.
One guy's down.
Yeah, one guy's dead. The other 2 were fine until he took 13 damage.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm going to I'm gonna use my halberd on the one guy who's taking some damage.
All right.
Oh! Finally!
Give him no business.
Finally!
2d8 plus 10 damage, son.
Oh boy. Okay.
Give
2d8
this
plus
man the
10.
business.
And those go up to a minimum of what, 5?
5, so that's be 20 damage.
Mm-hmm.
So you just whack this dude for 20 damage. You just come down.
Nice
Oh,
job.
it's
You
just,
drop any yet?
yeah, he dropped 1.
Good
And
job.
I
Also,
heal 1
remember,
point of health. Yay!
so
Yay.
question. What keyword are you applying to him? Are you applying lacerated or crushed?
Let me look at my stuff.
Lacerated is whenever he takes an action, he takes 1d4 damage by passing, reductions and such. Crushed is he cannot make any special movements, magical or otherwise, on his turn.
Let's do lacerated.
Okay, he's lacerated. All right, so now it goes to the goon. The goon is going to take 1d4 damage because he's going to shoot at you. He takes 4 damage from being lacerated, which he does not like. Spurting blood. But
I mean, you're supposed to sit down and take a deep breath.
all right, he missed. He's going to use his human thing to give him advantage. Does a 17 hit your range defense?
No,
You have 17 range defense?
I have 19
Oh,
with
excellent.
shield.
So, all right, so it bounces off, and so then the last guy is going to once again berate his teammate and come at
He's
you with a
gonna hit
haymaker.
me.
Hey, he's gonna hit with that crit nonsense, and
Mhm.
he's going to apply crushed to you
Okay.
for 8 damage.
All right.
So now it goes to the goblins who are going to shoot the guy that you've messed up because they don't like that one's done, explodes. He's going to fix it. Pretty bad. They're like, go get another gun. He runs off. The next one. Let me see here. Nope, he's hit. 11, would that do it? Yeah, he's dead. So they kill the next one, and so now they're going to shoot at the big guy, and they're kind of hesitant. They're like, something's not right about this guy. And the darts bounce off of him. And so they're going to shoot at him again. But that'll hit him. Wait a minute. Will it hit him?
If he has a higher than 23, that's silly for a goon.
No, he doesn't have higher than 20 for a goon. No, still hits him. So let's see here. Do 15 damage. And the goon's like, ah, look, I'll just buff that out, you jerks. And then it happens. The illusion is destroyed as soon as he takes damage, and you see that he is in a suit similar to you, GOP.
Ha! Ah!
Indeed.
But his
So-
has like a coal burning furnace on the back, protected, of course. And it's like, you have a sleek car and he has a hog, basically.
I gotcha.
Big enough hog can tear up a car, though.
That is
That's
true.
the idea.
That is true.
And he's like, he basically does, where the, punches his hand. What are you going to do, little man? Goblins couldn't save you. All right, go, GOP. It's your turn.
Okay.
You don't beat me, I'm going to rip all their heads off.
That makes sense. All right.
And you hear the one goblin ran away. Glad I ran away.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm gonna have to swing at him.
Mm-hmm.
You said he's 10 feet away?
He's 10 feet away, and he does have a shield.
Okay.
But his shield is different than yours.
Fair enough. So, wait, does he just have 2 arms?
2 arms.
Okay, so he's not able to use full effort with his weapon.
No, he just rock'em sock'em robots you.
I got it. Okay. I'm
He
going
has something
to
else, though.
I'm gonna stay within my melee, but I'm gonna move back 5 feet so he's 5 feet out of his.
Okay.
And then I am going to hit him with my halberd.
Okay. Go for it.
Okay.
Attempt to hit him with your halberd.
Oof,
That
no.
will not do it.
That was a bad
So-
roll.
So he's going to step forward 5 feet and swing at you. He will miss.
He missed, and he takes piercing damage because he moved forward towards me.
From what?
He's the
He
one that
moved
got.
into my melee, so he activates my spearwork effect.
Only if he's charging.
So it's charging specifically as someone is
Rushing at you. It's an action called a charge.
Oh,
It's not if
okay.
someone steps up, like steps forward.
Okay, well then never mind. That's really not that useful, but that's okay.
Well, it's very useful against animals and beasts, which all they do is charge.
True. Okay. Well then, yep, he missed, and that's yeah.
All right, your turn has gone by. He missed. The other 3 goblins are going to try to hit him. Miss. Ugh.
Miss.
Miss. All right, back to you, GOP.
Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing I tried doing before. So
Okay.
21.
That
Nice.
might. Hold on a second. Oh, you barely hit him. Roll damage.
Okay, so he's got a 21 AC.
No. Remember, he's using the shield work. If it's
Oh
high,
yeah, that's right. That adds to it. I
it
forgot.
adds to it.
Okay,
So +1 is not high enough to stop a 21.
I gotcha. All right, then I will do my attacks. Oh, an 11 doesn't give me the crit. Oh well. It's okay. Plus 10. Here we go. It's a 15, and he takes an additional.
Why 15?
2
That's a
points.
12.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was adding. No,
He's
no.
trying to
It would
get
be
extra
a.
damage.
It'd be a 15 because I'm
Full
using full
effort.
effort. Yes,
Okay.
that's why it's 15. And
So
then he takes an
slide.
extra 2 points of damage. That's why, because yeah, I was doing the math in my head for the full effort.
Okay. So,
So he takes 17 total, and I heal for 1 point again.
one
more
point
point.
again.
One more point.
So he's going to try to clobber you. And he's going to use his human advantage, his last one, to make that a 20 to hit.
Okay, well, that'll hit.
Excellent. But he doesn't crit because his base dice is a 5. Oh, no. So let's see here. 6 damage.
All right, reduced to 4.
Why won't you die? And then the goblins are going to try to shoot him.
Come on, goblins.
Come on, goblins.
Oh,
Miss.
it was almost on that net 20.
15,
Miss.
9, 17.
17. Let me check.
Oh, no, it's range. That's right.
Yeah, this is ranged. Miss. Got it. All right.
Well, missed on with the 1? Oh, okay.
No, he deflected it.
Oh, because okay, so I'm guessing his is a 16.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Well, good to know.
So now it goes back to the top of the round, which is you.
Okay.
5th round.
Round
Yep,
5.
I'm gonna do another same thing I've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
Can't rise up, buddy. Get it. That's the
Okay.
second natural 20. Give him the business.
That is. I need to have one good night, right? All right, that increases by 2, so that's 22.
22.
And I'll also another 3, so 25 points total.
Okay,
And
so
I heal for hold on, let me do that real quick. Sorry.
Yep.
Wait, why did it give me 2 dice? That's not right.
You heal for roll again. Just roll 1.
For some reason, oh, I think it just did 2 of them. That's why. Here we go. 2 more. Okay.
Dude, so you hit him, and he's like, "Well, that hurt." So I think this is about time to, let me see. What did the boss say? He you see him inside, inside his mech. Be like, "Oh yeah, this thing. How does this work?" And he just disappears.
Cool.
He,
All right.
he
Well,
used he used a scroll. He just
fair enough. Okay. Well, we're gonna keep heading over to the mayor's office.
So you make it to the mayor's office with no problems. Chester, you hear
Mm.
tung tung tung. We're gonna help. You basically look outside and you see 3 goblins and GOP rolling up. GOP's taking some damage.
Oh, I see. We're having mint juleps.
Indeed, the
What,
mayor
what,
has gotten scones.
yeah, that's fair. Would GOP like a mint julep in a scone?
I would love one, but it seems we have a bit of a situation here. If you're all good over there, we could maybe use some help. Our compatriots went over to the temple. I was going to go there next.
I look at the mayor.
Yes, sir.
Is he cool without me being here?
The mayor says, "Well, since my niece will probably be back, but won't be able to get inside now that we know how she got in the first time, I should be fine here. My guards will keep this place safe, and anyone that happens to run in, will try to keep them safe too.
All right,
So
I go join
I'll be
GOP.
okay. Have a good one. Make sure to take a scone."
I do. Yes, and I take my scone and I go outside and I survey the streets. What do I see?
All right, so you survey the street. It is pandemonium. You know, there's there's like low level thugs mugging old ladies, and goblins are jumping. I was like, "Hey, leave that lady alone!" And they're like gnawing on him, but they don't do any damage. It's just kind of like looks like some kind of Looney Tunes scene of like if a bunch of unorganized goons are like one step away from a riot, and like there are
Right.
townspeople fighting each other, trying to blame it on the goons because they're like, "I hate that guy. This is my chance."
Sure.
So you have citizens fighting citizens, you have goons fighting citizens, and then you have the actual higher level people that are striking strategic places within the town, and then outside you have the guards of the mayor's building, kind of just keeping the riffraff away.
I see. Is there like a group of bad guys that are kind of clustered together?
Roll a d20 for me.
Sure.
Just kind of luck roll. It's just flat d20 plus your proficiency.
Wow.
Roll
What's my
14.
proficiency?
Oh, every 5 levels you have, so you get +1.
Oh, so 14.
Yeah, 14. So, yeah, there's a group of 5 bad guys.
Cool. Just just for effect, really. I drop a firebomb on them.
Okay, cool. They make your attack versus their pathetic reflex of 10, please.
Okay. Let me see here how this one. I haven't used this yet today, or ever. I don't know if that's 20-foot radius or diameter, but one way or the other. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let me do that.
The firestorm, or is it a spell, or is it?
It's from the grimoire.
The grimoire. 6. Let me see.
So that would be my intelligence.
Yep.
Plus my 1 and my arcane weave, or I guess arcane weave, huh?
Yep. Deals 1d10 fire damage to 1d6 targets within 20 feet. So
1d10. Is it 1d6 or whatever? Anyway,
no, it's
I'm
1d.
doing it.
It's one.
And I
Okay.
miss, and I hit the stable, and then I look at GOP and I'm like, why?
Roll a d6 for me, because it does 1d10 damage, but it hits 1d6 targets. So roll a d6 for me. 3. So you just hear 3 chickens inside the stables.
Oh no, the poor chickens. But GOP shouldn't have done that.
I don't even know what happened.
That's fair. Let's
It's
head to the temple.
Okay, they're fine. You guys head to the temple.
I was just trying to look cool.
Lady, roll 3d6 for me for the time that this has taken, for how much damage they've done to the door.
Oh, well, sure, I'll roll it. Why not? Hey, there we go.
36.
3d6. I like
Ladies
roll.
is
The
better.
door. Yeah, the door has taken 9 more damage, so the door's taken.
We hadn't been able to do anything all this time?
Well, I mean, you're fortifying the building. If you want to fly out through the
Okay.
window you came into and attack these guys, you can.
Well, I was thinking about, seeing what's out there hitting the door.
The 5 mages that you ran away from?
Did they take out one of them?
No, they knocked him
Oh.
down.
Oh, fair
He,
enough.
he was
So the
basically
5 mages we ran away from has the spell that just seems to last forever and ever. Should be getting low on spells by now, right?
they're using cantripification to hit the door, which is interesting.
Ah,
But I hope you did record how many spells they did cast while the main fight.
I did. Each one of them cast 3 spells, which means that they have a total of. They've used half their spells.
Okay.
yeah, they got special modifiers that we don't have. Okay, because
They
I
just
asked
have,
about it.
they have just skills. They do
Yeah.
have a buff that gives them a bonus to hit, but otherwise they're just basic high level, like mid level mages.
Okay, I had 5 to begin with. I used 2, so I got 3 spells left. Hmm.
Although I will
The
say,
ground
probably
right behind the ground between when I summon a tree,
Mm-hmm.
can that go through the stonework too, or does it has to be regular ground?
It just manifests on top of the ground. It like bloop, and then it doesn't have to grow up through it. It just summons it there, and then when it's done or it's defeated, it teleports back.
Okay, it's gonna be between them and the door, but closer to them, and
Okay.
I'll get to the roof and start firing arrows down on them.
Okay, combat has begun. Make make an initiative roll, please.
oh, so we're all here now, or just her?
This lady. And then you guys will be there in 2 rounds. You
And
guys. Okay.
you go
So, lady.
first.
Yep, they're gonna go first. They're gonna see if they notice you climbing up on the top, which is probably gonna be a disadvantage, but they have a decent survival. You have to. Yeah, that modifier would come into play. Nope, they
Hmm.
have no idea you're there. So they're just going to shoot at the door. They're just throwing blasts, and they're gonna hit the door. I believe. Yeah, they're definitely gonna hit the door. Hold on a second.
They get through the door like, why is there a tree here?
Yep, they still hit the door. So each one of them hits the door. And annihilates it. Just the door is open and the people inside are freaking out.
I thought arrows got 6 die. Oh well. Okay.
All right, so it's your turn.
There
See
is
if I
a
can get
tree
the
there, right?
yeah, the
Yes.
tree
All
starts
right.
attacking them.
Yep. Roll your
Doesn't
attack for the
say
tree.
it doesn't say what level it is.
Well, the tree just doesn't really have a level. It just has a base
Yeah.
+3 to hit, and it does its D8 damage. Since it's larger than them, it would do 2d8 if it hits.
Okay, clear that again.
All very surprised that a tree is like, wait, did it get extra shady around here?
Okay, it gets a plus what? Together?
+3.
+3.
Wow. The people inside the church go first at the top of the next initiative. 17. So they have no idea the tree is behind them because it just kind of bloops into existence. So that's going to hit one of them. Roll 2d8. +3. You smack the beans out of one guy. Nine points of damage. You just hit him. Whale noises. He kind of like falls on the ground. Ow! Hey, there's a tree. And so at the beginning, the people inside the church start grabbing the pews and stacking the pews in front of the door, to keep them out. That'll be their turn. And then it'll go to the goons. The goons see that there's a tree now, so they're going to move outside of the tree's melee range because it can't move. And then they're going to shoot at the people inside the church with disadvantage because there's a bunch of crap in the way.
Let's see if I can shoot some of the guys.
That'll hit.
That'll hit.
That's an 18, 18, and 18. Both of those will hit. That's an 18, which will hit. It's
Jesus.
18, which will hit.
You're gonna kill everyone.
There was only 4 of them to begin with.
There's 5 of them.
There's
yeah.
5. Yeah.
Let's see. So let's see here. So they're not casting spells. They're just using cantripification, which in cantripification, if we look down here, because I put the little stuff, they can use. Yes. Let me see here. What would it be? Yeah, that's what it is. Yep. They're gonna use just burn, so they're just burning each one of this. So each one of these townspeople inside are gonna take a D8 damage. So I'm gonna roll it like this. So one takes 2, one takes 4, one takes 1, one takes 7, and one takes 6. So, and they're on fire roughly because their clothes burn. And then it goes to you, lady. They still don't know you're up there.
Where's my bugs at? Bugs. The
bugs are still buzzing around. They're on the roof of the temple because it's a continuous spell. It doesn't go away till you dismiss it.
Yeah, gonna direct them toward those mages.
Okay, so you direct them now. The cloud can only hit 3 out of the 5 because they spread out away from the tree. They're all spread out. And
Right.
after this round, your friends will get there. So make your dragon. I need you to make an intelligence roll, dragon. But you, lady, make your 1d6 because it moves into the range of their square. So roll your poison damage to them. Okay, so 4 to one and 1 to the other. I'm using my dice to keep track of their health. So let me find the 6. They have a lot more health than this, but this helps me so I don't have to keep referencing. There we go. So they took that poison damage. Dragon, you wake up in the pool at 1 hit point. What are you going to do, Dragon?
Stay in the pool?
It's like I'm just gonna.
If they're
You're
playing with
muted, Dragon.
fire.
Well, remember, Dragon does have the eye, and he has the potion of what he should do, and has the other, like the scroll or something that he had. He has 2 things he could double up to find a way out of this predicament or potentially help.
Dragon, you're muted, buddy. I guess he's not there. Okay.
I think he's getting a scone.
He
He's
might
getting a
be.
scone. He might be.
Oh wait,
He's
wait. Dragon.
That's an eye if he wants to have some fun and blast some of these things.
He says,
Nice.
"Well, I can cast a particular spell. It's going to take a minute, but I'm going to cast a spell, and we're gonna really have something to rumble." And he says, "How attached are you to that halberd, by the way?"
Dragon.
Do I even have it on me?
I mean, it's kind of out in the street, but how attached are you to it? We can
I
get you
guess
another.
I'd buy another.
Yeah, we can get you another one. So he casts a spell, and the halberd phases out of existence. And he's like, all right, help's on the way. Just don't say I didn't do anything for you. I'd lay back in the pool because, if you die, I have to find another host, and that's going to be, someone I actually, have to dominate, and that's never fun. So just lie back in the pool and wait till the screaming stops.
Then eventually you might, if you have to dominate something, you probably end up with an idiot.
Well, yes, if that's the case, I'll just fully take over, but then I won't be able to, mimic their mannerisms because they're an idiot. Roll a d4 for me, Dragon. Excellent. So 3 rounds. So, Chester, GOP,
Yep.
you have arrived. The other goblins that were helping you, they are actually going to do crowd control to make sure other goons don't come in. So both of you guys roll initiative.
Do we get a
I would feel
surprise
like we-
round?
You can roll up and surprise them.
That's
that
what I
would be
would
the
do.
plan.
Yeah.
Okay, who's looking the most hurt, by the way?
They're all looking about equal. So one of
Me.
them hasn't taken much. Yeah, Dragon's looking the most injured, but you can't see him.
Yeah, we can't see him, but
One guy does look maybe a little bit more messed up than the others, but it's
okay.
nothing a healing spell won't fix.
Yeah, you go after him. I'll take the one on the left.
There's 5 of them, but that's okay. All right, sure. Well, we
You
could
get the
use
4 on the
those.
right, and I get the one on
Yeah.
the left.
Right. I'm like really damaged, by the way, but that's okay. I was hoping we could use the goblins because we're it's 2 against 5, but that's all right.
Well, the goblins will help you if you call. They're just, trying to cover your backs.
Yeah,
Because they
we
know
need
something
them.
about getting stabbed in the back.
That's true, but we kind of need them in this to.
All right, then just
We need the
ask for them.
firepower. Yeah,
Use your
we need the
movement action.
firepower. We need the firepower. So I'm letting them know they need to help us with this because otherwise
Okay.
we're probably gonna get destroyed.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
your move action.
All right. Then let's see how far are we away from them at this point?
You're about 30 feet.
Yeah, I'm moving in and attacking one on the left.
Okay.
In the back.
In the back.
How much does my teleportation take up? I have a teleportation move from my dread.
Oh.
Let's see.
Well, I mean that would have to be your action.
Oh, it's my
because-
movement. It's my movement. So never
yeah,
mind.
you've already used your movement.
I'm gonna blast them from a distance because I had to use my movement. So
Okay, blast them. Wait, remember you put a chain on your halberd so you can throw it.
Oh no, we talked about that, but I haven't done that yet.
Okay, never mind that.
Yeah. It's a good idea, but I have to install it.
Get him.
So okay, I'm gonna blast them with those 2 energy blast things that I got.
All right, roll to hit them.
Okay.
They're no slouches.
No, probably not. 2 shots a turn. Okay, so only +2, so that's not good, but that's okay. 22. Oh, 19.
Oh, you got them on the money.
Okay, and that is I think just a D6, but it is shock. So only 1 point. Wow. All right, cool. And I guess I get 1 more shot, so I'll shoot the same guy again. No. Okay. I will say that if anyone tries to hit me, they are considered blinded, so disadvantage.
Okay. The one on the left, my guy.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
my guy.
Mhm.
I move into combat up behind him to back, to back, hit him in the back, as a hero does. But of course, I swallow down a cookie as I do so, and pots and pans effect appears in front of him. Therefore, I get a flanking.
Okay, he has no shield bonus.
This is what's called tactics.
That's what's called being a dirty, rotten scoundrel.
Yes, dirty rotten scoundrel. So let's
Good
go
movie.
ahead and let's hit him with the sword. That's a 17.
Let me check. Let me check his character sheet. Let me see. Let me make a roll real fast. Aha! He is able to deflect you.
Okay, I add 3 to that.
Okay.
20. Does that hit?
No, sir.
It doesn't hit?
His melee defense is 17, and with shield play, he gave +4 to his defense.
But he doesn't have
How did he
shield
do
play
shield
because I'm flanking.
Oh, well, no. He does. That's right. He does get the shield, so you would hit him if you give him the +3.
Haha! Hit him with a sword. Then let me go ahead and do my second offhand, which is
Shield bash.
4. Yeah, shield bash. That misses. And do you want to roll for pots and pans?
I'll roll for pots and pans. Come on, pots and pans. Give him the business. Yeah.
Nice.
That hits. Got him.
Nice. All right. So my that was, let me see here. What
Pots
am
and
I
pans
doing?
does 13 damage.
Nice pots and pans. Where's my roll? Here it is. Yeah, that's not a crit. Okay, so let me do my damage. Okay, and I'm applying an electric, by the way. He takes 9 points of damage. Plus, he takes one tick of electric, and he takes an additional 4 points of damage. So this round, he takes what is that? 13 and 13, so that'd be 26 points of damage.
I got him. I got it exactly where it should be.
Now, what is the flanking takes away shield? That's right. Okay,
Take away shield
and
bonus.
yep, I'm done.
All right, so now it goes to the top of the initiative. You two guys roll initiative, so see where you fall.
Right,
Now that
right,
your
right. That's true.
prize round's
We
over.
haven't done that. And how do we accumulate initiative again?
You do 1d20 plus your reflex modifier and any every 5 level bonus.
Oh, I see. Okay, got it.
9.
10.
Okay, so you guys are at the bottom.
Sure.
That's okay. That's fine. So what's going to happen here is they're like, "Holy spit! There's people here." Well, we can't be abiding that. That's not okay. And they're just kind of like,
Did the goblins roll?
the goblins are going to come in and they're going to roll their initiative. They're lower than you.
Good
Wow.
job. That's a
Okay.
good job.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see here. Oh my gosh. So, this is what's going to happen. One of them's going to use one of his spells. Chester,
Mm.
the guy that you, not the guy you attacked, but another guy looks over, because the people inside are still trying to fortify. So he's going to cast a spell on you.
Well, I tell
It's
him,
not.
I hate to inform you, sir, but I got the one on the left.
Okay, he's like that. Look, he informs you. Look, it's not me that's going to be hitting you, good sir, but I have to cast the spell because he wants to do something different. He casts Honeybee, which is it summons a swarm of insects with 10 health to attack an enemy for combat. So you are that particular enemy. So the bees are
Sure.
going to move into your square, dealing 1d6 poison damage,
Sweet.
3 poison damage to you, which will be
Does
absorbed.
Absorbed, yeah.
Yeah,
But
does he
bleeding bypass damage reduction, but not damage absorption. That's the difference.
I shout faux pas.
He looks offended.
He should.
The one that you were fighting, he's going to kind of be really. He almost looks hurt that you would attack a fellow mage like that. He would expect better from a dirt covered dullard.
Mm-hmm. Well, I do yell out at them that the mayor took out Kesha, by the way. Okay.
Roll your
Oh,
your purse.
Oh, I
your
got a
charisma
lot of
roll.
that,
You do.
I do.
do it?
And this is not doubled because we're not friends.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Well, no, hold on. I gain advantage on that roll.
Oh yeah. What did you have that gives you that? Once
Grimoire.
per. Oh yeah, the grimoire once per thing. Yes, I remember. So with a 16, let's see if they believe you or not. These guys are pretty ugly, but they do have a group bonus. They do not believe you.
Okay.
They kind of they can believe that he got rid of her, but didn't defeat her. So the guy that you just attacked, you see him reach. This is a cantripification. It's a hit thing, and he hits you with pocket ash. Basically, hits you in the face with pocket sand.
Mm-hmm.
And all it does is increases your chance of fumbling for 1 round by 3. So if
Okay.
you roll a 4 or less, it will count as a fumble.
I
So
shan't
that's
do
all he's
that.
doing. So the next guy, the third guy, thinks that everything that the other two guys are doing is stupid, and he's like, "Look, the boss lady said that we're supposed to take out these guys. You with the face, with the robot face, die." And he's going to cast a spell at all of you.
Well, at least he's following the rules of etiquette.
Yes, and he is going to say it very, very kindly to you, and let's see here. Let me see here. Gotta roll my targets. One target. Just GOP. GOP, what's your reflex score?
That's only a 12.
He has hit you because he too has Grimoire.
Okay.
He'll hit you for 7 fire damage as this bolt comes out. What Chester was trying to do earlier, it just comes down, boom, and hits you for 7 damage. 7 fire damage.
Okay, I take
Hey.
half damage from area effects.
We got
And
chicken
that's-
Do you
waiting.
have chicken
That's-
waiting? Do you?
After the damage reduction that I already get, so that should be 2 points of damage I've taken from that. It's cool.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. So then the last one,
Which is the one on GOP.
the last one that's on GOP, sees that didn't really do anything, and he's going to. Let's see. There, 1, 2, 3. 3 have gone. There's 2 left. So, one is going to use Grimoire to hit you with Shatter GOP.
Okay.
So you are stunned because you are technically inside of a construct.
But there's no roll for that at all, or
A construct or enemy vulnerable to sound is stunned or exposed. And he chose
I
stunned.
have that power too.
okay, so I can't do anything.
Do you have resist? Like the keyword resist 1 or resist 2?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I have the same ability, GOP.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm
So,
just stuck. Well,
well, he's still got to hit you. So he's going to use that flame whip from before. And he's going to try to hit you, but he only has a +5 from the bonus that each one of them gets.
this is a ranged attack.
It is a melee attack. It's a 20-foot reach.
Oh,
And he's basically going to whip versus 10 because you're exposed, so he will hit you with a 19. So the whip only does d8 damage, and he has no modifier, so 8 fire damage.
okay. Reduce it by 2, so that's 6. Okay.
Okay, so now it goes after them. Lady, you're still on top. What are you doing?
Get him.
I'll spend one of my resistances.
Getting the swarm to go after. There's only 2 left, right?
No, there's 5.
There's 5 of them.
Yeah, we didn't take out any of them.
None of them have died. But yeah, so the swarm goes after him. So
1d6 and then +5 to hit.
no, the swarm doesn't have to roll to hit, but you do.
Yeah. Wrong. Messed that all up. Okay. I'm getting there. Rolling now. 16.
Okay, so 16 to hit on range. That will, let me see. Which one are you shooting at? That's very important. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
1.
Number 1, that's fighting Chester.
No. I
Oh
don't
yeah.
want to fight
Oh
him.
no. Yeah.
No, you do.
Okay. Do number 1 then.
Okay, so do number 1. The arrow hits and bounces off of
What about
the,
poison?
All right. It's just
Okay.
his range defense is higher than 16.
Mm.
So now it goes to after that it goes to Chester, I believe, is next, and then
Oh, me?
GOP.
Okay, fine.
Yep.
I'm going to stop being an idiot because I am
Mhm.
one.
Mhm.
Because keep forgetting I have this ability. So when I apply my electrical effect, it's going to two people, the one I'm attacking and another one. God,
That's right.
yeah, I know I'm an idiot. Anyway, I have my flanking, of course, and I swing my sword as usual, and I can't. I
Miss.
miss. I can't do anything about
But
that.
remember, that's a fumble because he hit you with the pocket sand and you rolled a 2.
No,
So
fair
your
enough.
sword,
So no, hold
your
on, hold on, hold on.
Mhm.
I cancel that critical.
Cancel the fumble.
I can do one a day. I can cancel a
You wanna
critical fail. Yeah.
which one was that? Because I know that you took it, but which one was it from?
Oh no, that's from my enchanter. It's like one of the early things, I think, or maybe it's from. I don't know where it's from, dude. It's just written on the sheet.
Oh, luck and
But
fate.
once a
You are
day,
able to
I can do it.
Yeah, let's say you are able to declare hit, pass, fail, miss on a target action. If you call it right, you can alter the action. Let's see. No, that's not the one. But yeah,
No.
that's the one. Where basically once per day you
Yeah,
can.
I can cancel a critical. All right, let me throw the shield at him.
Okay. Miss.
Miss. That sucks. Pots and pans.
Pots and pans, let's do it, baby. And Pots and pans says there's something not right about this guy. When I swung at him, there was something purple.
Oh,
That'll miss.
I'll miss. But I still apply 5 to hit damage to him and some random dude.
Some the other guy stood like standing off. That summoned the swarm on you. It's like, "Psst, but why? What did I
Because,
do?
damn it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, well that's fine. That's a good reason. So you blasted both of them. GOP.
Can I do anything? I'm stunned.
Oh
No,
yeah.
stun just means it reduces your melee defense to 10 on the next hit.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
How spread out are these guys, by the way?
Pretty spread out.
They're pretty spread out. They're at least
Okay.
like, 10, 15 feet away from each other. Because they had to spread out that far to get out of the tree's range.
Okay, well, I want to still, if I can still remain 20 feet away from all the others, but 15 feet away from whoever's the most damaged on my side, I'm
Which is the
going
one
to.
that well the others have you've hit one dude for you
Well,
hit one dude
I'm over
for
30
9.
damage on my guy.
Yeah, no, your guy's pretty down, pretty low,
He
but I'm
is
trying
he
to
is not
separate their
actually, but that's fun of you to think so.
relative compared to the
I
others.
told you. Okay, okay, whatever, whatever. Sorry, I told you there was
Anyways,
purple.
yep. Okay, well, I don't know what's going on with him, but I'm
Okay,
gonna the one I've been attacking. I'm going to get within 15 feet of him, so I'm still over 20 feet away from the other guys.
okay.
And then
Chester, make a intelligence roll while he's doing this.
Sure. Well, what skill am I applying? Arcane?
Elder studies.
Elder Studies? Oh, I got a lot of that.
maybe I'm just roll now.
Yep,
24.
roll now, GB.
19
That'll hit.
is okay. And let me make sure I've got this set up
Chester,
right.
you know that the guy that you've been attacking in that first huge round of damage that he took, he has elder studies like you do.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay, so I will do, and that's no, it's not a crit. And 16 plus 4, so 20 points of damage, and I regain 1 hit point. Yay!
So you hit this guy and he doesn't look happy. He just like looks like this field of energy around him has been completely dispersed. And he's like, well, shoot, fire. Now I actually have to try. You've made a poor
Mhm.
decision. So now it goes back to the top. At the top of the initiative, the people are going to keep barricading because these guys are distracted. The dude that GOP just swapped casts one of his spells. He got 2 spells left. And this red shimmer goes around him. It's like, you ain't got the balls now, kid. And so then the one at the back with the whip is going to, he's going to crack his whip at you, GOP.
Okay.
Let's see here. Ba-ba-da-ba, and critically miss.
You forgot the goblins, by the way.
Oh, I did
Yeah,
forget the
you
goblins. All right, never mind. Let's take it
No,
all
no,
back.
no. Keep doing what you're doing.
No,
Just-
no. That's fine. We'll get through their stuff, and then you can bring in the goblins.
So he's going to use his human advantage so that he doesn't get a natural 1. So does a 20 hit you, GOP?
That just hits me if he's doing melee.
Yeah, with the whip. 4 fire damage,
Drop down
Which-
to 2.
which goes to 2 fire damage.
Okay.
So the next guy is going to swing. He's going to cast a particularly.
Another spell.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
they still have. This guy still has 2 spells left, so that all of them all have 1 spell left. No, they had. No, they had 7 spells. They've only cast 3, so they each got 4 spells left. Sweet. So this guy's going to cast, and he is going to cast.
No.
He's going to cast. Let's see here. Well, you reminded me, lady. I thank you. GOP.
Yeah.
Mister.
Yeah.
It's extra shady behind you. You get attacked by a tree. They too can summon trees.
They're druids.
So they have tree magic.
You can learn tree magic if you're a magic class.
Okay.
You
I
can
got a
learn
tree
these-
behind me.
Well, hold on a second. What level is that tree? Because if it's higher than 3rd, they can't cast it. I forgot that lady can cast from up to level 5.
Hang on.
Tree Guard is a 3rd level spell. Okay.
Yeah.
So they will Tree Guard. So a tree appears.
Okay.
So the tree
Get out.
is going to
Get out 20 foot of it. I can't hit you.
Yep. 16 will miss. All right, so then the next one, he goes through and realizes, hey, these guys are a little bit tougher than some of the other ones. So he begins casting, so he'll go down to 3 spells left. And he does not like Chester because Chester's clothes are much nicer than his are.
That they are.
They're very nice.
Because he's married to an orc.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm
So
a pretty boy.
he is. So
I'm the
let's
man
see.
of the house.
That's true. Oh. 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 Ow. Okay, so he's going to focus on you, and he's got to make his 1d20 plus modifier versus 15.
Okay.
Let's see here. To affect this. No. You make a 1d20 roll versus 15. It's a might roll. So 1d20 plus your might modifier plus proficiency versus 15.
Okay. Do I add anything specific to that?
It's just 1d20 plus whatever your might modifier is plus 1.
I see.
Ooh, barely
17.
made it. All right, so it's 17. You suffer once you resist the initial effect. The secondary effect happens, which is despair, which I think is just you get -1 to your rolls. It's
Okay.
he had completely avoided a 3rd level spell except for the after effect, which is minuscule. If he had actually been hit by the spell, it would have been bad. All right, so then the next guy, I've gone through 3 different dudes. There's 2 dudes left. This dude is a little less confident because they're running out of spells and they really don't want to be here when they do. GOP.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy is going to look at you and is like, you know what? You're a robot, right?
Como arigato,
I'm not going to answer
Mr.
his question.
Roboto.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to answer his question.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Let's see here. So, let's see. Oh, I like that.
You're not high enough level.
He is definitely high enough.
No, it's not.
What is he casting?
He's casting a 3rd level Ash spell.
Okay.
So you see him kind of walk over to GOP.
Mhm.
But as he's walking, he gets huge, and he has turned into a troll.
Okay.
Mhm. It's
Oh,
3rd level Ash.
if he's in my aura, he gets a -1. I keep forgetting that stupid thing.
It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. So then there's one last guy. The one last guy is kind of like he focuses on the goblins, and he doesn't like these goblins because they're following around Chester. He doesn't realize they're following the robot. He
It's a
thinks that
fair mistake, though.
it
Fair
is.
enough.
So he basically looks at their guns, and he casts transformation, which is a cantripification. It says change an item into another item of the same kind for 1 minute, turning copper metal into iron. The effect can change a pseudo armor or a melee weapon's worth of material for a medium-sized creature. So small creatures, he basically turns their guns, which are made of mostly of wood and stock and things like that, into basically cotton, so the guns are ineffective.
He can do that to all of them simultaneously?
No, just one of them.
Oh,
So
okay.
he hits one of them with transformation. So one of their guns is like,
Doesn't he need to roll to hit first?
no, it happens. It's just he does that, but it's not a permanent effect. The gun will go back to normal in a couple rounds. So but he still has a crossbow, so the goblin just kind of tells him to flip off. He just drops the gun, picks up the crossbow off his hilt, and shoots at him. Oh, and totally beans the dude with a natural 20.
Good goblin.
And hits him for 11 damage, which you see this guy falls back. Ugh! And he does not look happy. He doesn't even look that well, honestly. So now it's going to go to.
Well, we did skip the goblins
Yeah,
for a
you
round,
see, you
right?
have to do the
Yeah, so
goblins. Yeah.
I'm gonna do another goblin.
No,
Another
all of
goblin.
them from last round.
Okay, so then the next one's gonna shoot with his gun. He's gonna miss. Oh, whoops, wrong reroll. Ignore that. 19, that'll hit, and then we're gonna go for the last goblin, which will miss, and then for this round, we got a critical, and then we got another. That's a crit, and then we have a miss. So we got three
Hits,
crits.
2 of which are crits. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 hits, 2 of which crits. I'll do the crits all together because they're d6 because they're goblins. They're smaller. Let's see here. 25 damage to one guy, which means that one guy is not feeling well at all because he just took 25 damage. And then the guy that was on GOP with the whip that hasn't been affected yet is going to shoot at that dude because they don't like the way his face looks.
Mm-hmm.
And they hit him for 9. So take that.
Get him, lady.
Go, lady.
Lady is doing a spell this round that won't take effect this round. It'll take effect next round.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
We got 2 rounds till Dragon's effect comes into play.
Right,
The
right.
eye tells him, stay low, by the way.
Okay.
Tells him.
18.
18, that'll hit.
Okay. Let me do my shield. 16.
That'll miss.
Oh no,
Okay.
I misread the
Pots and
spell.
pans,
Sorry.
please.
Pots of plans. So what's your spell do, lady?
It's
Beats the snot out of
heal
me.
up allows an entity to fully heal over rest cycle with no interruptions, but that's not going to help a
Oh, it
cold.
will. You can cast it
I'm
on them,
not
and
not
then
not me. I'm talking about GOP.
well, cast it on dragon.
So that's that right there would be 17 points of damage so far this round. Plus
27.
27 this round. Plus I apply 6 points of electrical damage, one of which to this guy. Let's see if I can get more than one guy.
That's my
Same.
last spell
So
too.
the one guy
Okay.
takes additional 6, so that's 33 damage this round. So I've done over 60 points of damage to this guy, and another guy, that B guy, that asshole, he takes 6 points of damage.
Oh no! So the one guy in front of you is actually looking pretty injured right now.
What you would
It looks
think.
like. Well, I mean, he reduced all the damage he took in the first round to 4, so he's now really injured. So let's see here. Yeah, dealing dealing extra damage to my guys like that. Why would you do that? They only want to kill you.
Mhm, 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 mhm.
So now this dude is looking pretty messed up. So then it goes to GOP.
Get him, JP.
Cool. Okay, so is the guy I was fighting? Is he the one who took all that tons of damage? The
No,
one that I
that's the
was
one.
attacking.
Yes, the one you were attacking. He's the one who took 25. He's the one that's not happy because he's actually taking his actual hit point damage now.
Oh, keep in
Okay,
mind,
well,
I do have 3 effects of lightning on him, so the lightning effect should be doing its bonus stuff.
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Yep.
well, I'm gonna attempt to smack him again because
All right.
yeah.
Smack
All
them
right.
good.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Wait, I get an advantage. I can
You
use
can
one of
give
my
yourself
human.
advantage for
I'm
being
going
human.
to. Yes.
Okay, so
So that
that's a
should hit
20.
him.
That does
Yeah.
hit.
He's
Aren't you
Okay.
glad you're
human.
human? No,
Yeah.
GOP is human. As a human, twice per day and or session, he can give himself advantage on a roll. So if he rolls a
Okay, but
fumble,
the things we've been fighting, I heard you giving them human advantage.
yeah, they are humans.
They
Yeah.
are humans.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
all humans.
Okay. I'm gonna do my. That goes up to +3 because of that
Nice.
was a 2. So
20
that's
damage.
20, and let me roll my d4. 24 points of damage, and I heal 3 points.
Nice.
Okay. So now it goes to the goblins. This dude is looking pretty rough. He's looking pretty bad.
Get him.
So the goblins are all going to get him. Get him. They're shoot. Nope, he ain't doing
Nope.
this. That goblin does miss. He's. Oh,
Well,
that
that's a hit.
goblin hit.
Good job, Goblin. Oh, the other hit. Good job, Goblin.
That is a miss.
Oh, no, that's
Oh,
a hit.
18 is missed.
No, it's a miss on that guy. On that guy. That's why I'm asking which ones you're aiming at.
Okay.
That particular one guy
Hmm.
has the highest range defense of all of them. All right,
Okay.
so one hit
We
from
hit with
Goblin,
one, though.
which hit with one, and it is a crit because the goblins have high enough, so it's 3d6 plus 5, plus 3, sorry. I've been doing more damage than I got. Oh, 11 damage. Oh, this guy might be dead. Let's see here.
Good.
We need to kill
Finally.
one of them.
One of them.
Jeez. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Nothing.
here's what's gonna happen. The guys are looking around, and they're not feeling too good, but they're going to pull out one of their particularly useful abilities that's really busted and awful.
That's something GOP created. Okay.
No, I made these. I made
Oh.
these to to be useful. So
Okay.
GOP,
To you,
Yeah.
maybe.
I made these to be helpful to me. GOP, you're
Okay.
getting blasted. And they will give themselves. Well, no, that'll hit on a range,
get-
right?
Yeah, and plus they get disadvantage if they're over 20 feet away from, or if they're 20 feet or more away from me. So
Yeah, but he's still. Yeah, so, but the highest they can roll is 10, so if they give themselves advantage, it's normal roll, so
Still
16.
miss.
So that would still hit or miss.
Miss.
Okay, so the next one's going to try again. The one that's actually in range that you've been messing up. He's going to cast something at you. I believe. Let me see. Would that hit if it's a 20?
Well,
In
actually, he
range?
should have a -1
If it's a
because
19,
he's.
does that hit in range?
Nope. Oh no, range. That
Yeah,
does.
range.
Yeah, but he would. Yeah, no, that hits. 19 hits me just in range.
Okay. So let's see. Oh, I'm
How
gonna
many? How far away is he then from me?
He's
It's the
15
one's
feet away.
15 feet. Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so let's see here. He is going to. Man, these spells suck.
I wonder who created them.
Well, I need to
Must have been
buff them.
GOP.
It probably was.
gotta-
It's
gotta-
usually best policy.
I'm gonna just buff them. I'm gonna buff them and do
Right
this.
now, in the middle of combat.
Indeed. Let's see here.
Wow.
So, buffed. Get buffed. All right. So he's gonna
Talking
hit.
about cheating.
I'm not cheating.
Yes, you are.
I do
He just
cheat.
wants to kill the party.
I want to kill you. Look, I only did 4 damage to you.
Well, you did 2, so cool.
Yeah, so, and you say, oh, look, he's cheating.
I'll be right back.
Okay, so
You
next guy,
increased the damage.
yeah, it was only 1d8, and I'm like, that's not good enough for a 3rd level spell.
I think it would have been great, personally.
I think you're getting bonked. So with the bonus, that will do it. That'll hit the crap out of you. So GOP,
Yep.
the next one is going to, the one that Chester's fighting turns and blasts you for this, and he will apply Grove because he has +1 application
Called
rate.
Karma.
Yeah.
GOP.
So
The one who is at so that was at a greater range than 20 feet.
it would not be at a greater range of 20 feet because I don't think Chester is 20 feet away from you.
No, you said they're all split up like that, and I was
Yeah.
saying I was keep making sure I was
Then
15 feet away from one I was targeting,
15
and
feet
well
away from
over
the one
20
you're targeting.
feet
Okay,
from
so
everyone
if
else.
he needs to, then he'll give himself advantage to make it
Okay.
a normal roll, which will be his last one that he can do because he's already
Okay.
used it.
I'll let him burn it. That's fine.
Yeah. He burns it 11 fey damage, and you are groved. So the last guy is going to hit you, GOP, with something really cool, which is a level 1 fire spell, which means all of them only have 2 spells left. I'm just going to put it down to 2 because all of them have casted their spells. They're not looking good except for the one guy that's a troll that walked up.
Yep.
This is the last guy. So, let's see here. Level 1. Where is it? Cauterize. GOP, you are healed for 20.
Cool, and I can't heal anymore. Got it.
Yep, but because of the Grove keyword, all of them are healed for 20. So I'll just heal all of them for 20. There
Cool.
we go. They feel better now. They feel a lot better now. Let's see. All right, there we go. So now, the guy that's a troll that has the red aura is going to try to swing on GOP, but that's good. At the end of this round, Ethereal's effect will come into play. Let's see
Cool.
here. So,
I'm sure he's
this guy-
aching to get in the fight. So.
Well, not him, but something. Is
Oh
coming.
yeah. That's...
So miss. So
Okay.
now it goes to Chester.
You sure? Pretty sure it's
That was all
lady.
5 of my guys. Oh yeah, lady, you go.
Mm-hmm.
Arrow,
Lady,
arrow through the
go
air.
arrows. They still don't know you're there, so
Yeah, I know.
nothing is hit. They're just fighting, and there's pew pew. You guys hear something? At the end of the round, I have to roll for the tree that's still attacking GOP
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't roll last round. So
You're tanking very
Uh,
well, GOP, I have to say.
yeah, you're doing pretty
I
good.
mean, I've been like every fight we've been in, I've been way below full health.
Nope.
Well, you
But
are
anyways.
the tank, though.
Yeah, he's poor little tank. All right, Chester.
Oh, me.
This dude in front of you is slightly healthier now.
I see. Well, I'm going to do my things, and I'm going to do a free action at the end. So let me do this.
That means he's porting away. So
No, I'm
we're
not.
good.
That's easy. Anytime I like,
Yeah.
I go huddle behind my wife. Whew, that's a hit.
Okay.
Is that also
Okay,
a
Okay, you
crit?
got it. What are you doing?
I'm hitting with my sword.
What's your might score?
19.
It
19?
wouldn't be
Oh, you need a 12 on the dice to
Okay,
crit.
thank you. I knew it was close. All right,
Mhm.
so let me go ahead and put my shield in there.
Okay. Give him the beat.
Now,
Ooh.
goddamn, I can't get two in a round. Pots and pans.
Okay, so that is a fumble, so you throw your shield.
Mhm.
It goes past and lands in the middle. Pots and pans.
It is fumble. All right.
Yeah. Let's see here. Pots and pans. Boom, pots and pan hits him.
All right.
Boom chakalaka laka boom
Pots and
chakalaka
pans
laka boom
deals
chakalaka laka boom.
12 damage to him.
Okay. Now keep in
Uh,
mind, this guy now has 4 layers of lightning on him, dude.
Yep, which is taking 8 damage.
And I also can hit multiple people with that. So let me see if I can. Potentially. That's not right. Don't do
Okay.
that. No, that's not right. Stop it. Okay. Yes. So this guy and 4 others take 8 points of electrical damage.
They get shocked. This guy is dead. You killed him.
Nice. I
Thank
got him.
God.
And then as my free action, I'm going to attempt an intimidation, if I may.
Okay. Try intimidation.
Okay. Now, I use my ability, and I
Mm-hmm.
seemingly, it's not real, but I seemingly grow to the height of the ceiling in here. And
Mm-hmm.
I bellow out, bow before Zod.
I like the reference. Make your roll. Make your intimidation.
Thank you. Okay.
You hear whenever
That's
you
an
make your
18, not a 17. I forgot to add the +1 at 5 level. 18.
so you hear off in the distance when you say that. I don't remember voting for you.
I don't remember voting for you.
And they are intimidated.
Very
So
good.
what they're going to do is well, now it goes to the goblins who are also. Let me roll to see if they're intimidated by this dude suddenly growing.
Yeah, but he wasn't attacking them.
Well, it doesn't matter. This giant wizard thing appeared. It's the size of a building, and it just roared at it.
It did.
They know
are
who he is,
intimidated.
though. He's our ally.
Look, you can
Fighting
have
alongside
allies
us.
in the mafia that they roar at you. They're not your friend right then, but they are going to attack the dudes. That's a hit. That's a miss. They blame the big guy. Miss. Blame the big
Miss.
guy. Hit. All right, it's 2 hits. Let's see here. I'm just gonna roll them all together. It's all on the same guy. 17. Oh, almost undid all the healing the guy got. I'm just gonna give him a little bit of. That'll get rid of that shield, and that guy's shield will split it up. Yep, that's about the damage. There you go. So all these particular shields and things that were on these guys are gone, but the troll with the red glowing aura seems to be pristine and proper. He's the only one that hasn't taken any damage.
Cool.
He still has his 2 spells, but he has another round of being 2 rounds of being a troll. So now this happens. Dragon. The spell that your eye has cast has come to bear. The ground begins to shift and shake. Amongst the pandemonium, there are illusions going. There are mages that are fighting, but no one really mistakes the arrival of a greater black dragon. The dragon from before has once again been summoned by the Eye in exchange for the magical equipment that dragon had on him. So his weapon, and make a luck roll for me, dragon, to see if it takes your armor.
I give him a fist bump on the way by the way. Just fist bump. The dragon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ethereal, make me a D20 roll because
They
this
don't.
guy.
They didn't realize it, but the black dragon's name is Zod.
You know what? Zod is a great name for it.
It is.
Okay, so it's fine because it doesn't matter to dragon because dragon's in the pool. Dragon, you give up anything necessary for this dragon to do the thing, and the four guys are now they are in the terror aura of the dragon, so they have to roll versus 20.
And they are
Um,
intimidated, and they have extra disadvantage because of me. Oh, it
yep,
sucks
so
to
they're
be
gonna
you.
roll it. It does. They get a total of. They have to just roll a flat d20 and hope they get a natural 20. Which they do not. So the dread aura of a black dragon causes you to suffer doubt for a round. And what doubt does is pretty bad because it's a mental affliction that I believe, if I look in here right, it's pretty. What just happened? Okay, at the beginning, we're going to go up to system because I put in with GOP's help. GOP, you want to describe what I put in?
I'm not looking at it right now, but
No. The tabs.
oh, yeah, he's got tabs in here for outlines for an outline, so you can actually quickly go to different sections.
Yep.
Oh,
So
nice.
now they
I didn't
suffer
notice
doubt.
that. Good man. Good man.
So we had a lot of figuring out to do because the tutorials were not very descriptive. Because used to it did it automatically. Now I have to extra put stuff in.
Look
The
at
point
that.
is
I use ChatGPT
I
to
appreciate
walk them
you.
through it.
Oh, Dad,
Yep.
that's
the
awesome.
the psychological effect of doubt. Doubt cannot critically hit except on a natural 20 for combat. So that's the effect that of the Black Dragon's aura does. Um, Also, the Zod, being a enormous creature as a greater black dragon, can hit a number of targets smaller than himself in a single swipe. So since he's enormous, let me see here. Enormous 1, 2, 3, 4. So he can target 4 smaller creatures. His claws count as axes, meaning that his axe work skill applies, meaning he could hit 8 if he wanted to. But he's just going to rake these guys twice with one swing. He's going to swing at them now.
Oh,
I think he got him.
that's a
So
crit too, dude.
he
That's
rakes
painful.
and crits them. He is larger size than they are, so he's going to do additional damage. On hit, activates one of his particular dragon spells, which means I have to roll. Because he has a tattoo you can't see, but it triggers whenever he lands his hit. I have to roll.
Ooh, I
Okay,
like a
so
guy with a tattoo.
he's going to use his grimoire ability to increase the 2 with advantage, so that'll go up to 10, so that'd be 33, but he's mythic, so I'm going to re-roll it and see minimum 10. That's better. So that would be 13, that'd be 20, 36. So basically each one of these guys that he has hit has been hit by this particular spell, which is a dragon effect, which allows him to, it's called Touch of the Dragon, which is a twice per combat ability, because once for normal dragon, twice for greater dragon. It might be 3, I forget what I wrote in my brain. And basically what he has cast on them is a 6th level Ash spell, which is called Doom.
Well, it's friendly when it's got
Yeah.
such a
Oh,
friendly name.
no. Reaper Sickle. That's what it is. Roll 3d20. Select a target, but he can hit all 4 of them because he gets 4 minimum targets for being bigger than them. If they cannot deal the rolled amount, which is 36, roll that amount of damage in 2 rounds, they perish. So they will just die instantly if they cannot do 36 points of damage. And since they are suffering doubt, they can't critical. So the max they can do, you saw the low amounts if they don't use a powerful spell. So, yeah, he hits them, but I need to do the damage for the initial smack that he did on them. So let's see here. So that's a d8 plus a d8. He did critical them. So hold on a second. I have to roll for each one of them. Okay, so 2 of them are immediately decapitated. Just immediately, they're dead. And then the other 2 have their 2 of them have one of their legs cut off. And then I'm going to do the actual damage.
Oh, I know what you have.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the dragon has.
Oh
So
boy.
let me do his damage on hit, his modifier. Let's see here, modifier to damage. Good God. Yeah, 30 points of damage. He kills the other ones.
Okay. Quick
Okay.
question. Seeing as I'm standing next to the dragon as it does its devastation, is this a boy
Mhm.
dragon or a girl dragon?
This is a
Oh
boy
my
dragon.
God.
Damn it, that would have been. Are you sure?
You ban bards, but you should play one.
Oh, me?
So,
Yeah.
Yes.
I am a
Zod,
bard,
yep,
technically.
Zod, yep,
I am
Zod.
literally
Technically,
the
yeah.
bard, right? Well, I shout out using my charisma to try to be likable and lovable, and I'm like, I basically say to the dragon, "You are awesome."
All right, make your charisma roll.
Okay. Okay.
What are you trying to do? Get a dragon to fall in love with you now?
Excuse me. I'm busy.
Well, he does have transformation spells. He can make himself into a woman or a female dragon.
I could. All right.
15. Let's see if the
Okay,
dragon.
Loki.
And that's assuming that the dragon doesn't like me. If the dragon likes me, that's a 30.
Okay, so what's going to
I did
happen is.
invoke its name.
Oh, yes, you did invoke its name. The dragon does not seem to hate you, but does not seem to like it. Seems kind of indifferent, but appreciative, because dragons are vain and do like
I know.
flattery.
I'm very, very aware. Very
And
good.
you notice that his tail basically, runs like he was thinking that you might be an enemy because the eye didn't tell him. He just said, attack threats. But since you were like, cheering him on, his tail that was poised to hit you just kind of rolls off your back across the ground, and he burrows back. He looks around and is like, what other threats ring upon this place? I was summoned in exchange for armor and weapon of great value to dismantle these things. And everybody's kind of looking up at him.
Who summoned the dragon? Looking around.
Uh, so the dragon is now angry that no one will come forward to summon, and then,
I would give you mine, but mine's not very fancy. It's just
ethereal,
plain.
roll a d20 for me. The eye
Didn't
tells
his
Okay. Roll
your
d20.
eye tells you, yep, this is going to be great.
didn't the item disappear? That's how the dragon was summoned.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took dragon's weapon and armor for exchange for his summoning, but the
Okay.
eye didn't
Yeah.
tell him.
Oh.
He just said attack everything up there.
I got
Because
13.
the eye's an asshole, if you haven't noticed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Very much
Gobopolis
so.
is going to be destroyed.
No.
Cool.
So
Because we can't fight this thing, so.
Oh,
and
why
so
would
you
I?
bas-
It's my new best
Yeah.
friend.
Okay, 13. So 13 enemies immediately. So what's 13 times 4?
Huh? 52.
52.
52. So 52 goons. So I need you to roll a 1d4 for me, dragon. Okay, so that's going to be. I'm going to re-roll that. Re-rolling if it's a 1, 2. That's excellent. So that'll. So. All right. So basically, you see it unleash this gout of dragon fire, which is a level 7 heat spell that the dragon can cast, which 1d20 enemies are scalded for X times 1d4 for that many rounds. Bypassing resistance, what that means is scalded reduces your max health, so immediately they're hit for minus 10 maximum health, and they are scalded for 2 remaining rounds, suffering minus 2d6 max health for those rounds. Because there's no way the dragon could roll under the dexterity of basic goons, which are 12. Even if it rolled a 1, he could grimoire to give himself advantage. So he basically unleashes the gout. The fire magically goes around any of the civilians. Because the dragon figured these guys were all wearing black with an insignia, and all the other guys are wearing black with an insignia, so he's just, those are the people that he hit. Except for that one goblin that stole a dude's stuff and was sneaking around. That poor
That guy.
goblin that turned to ash.
Stupid.
Um,
The
yeah.
ghetto goblin.
Yeah, so 52 of these guys suffer minus 10 health, are on fire, and running away for their lives, which was about most of the usurpers, and the other ones run away. The dragon, having done its deed, returns through the hole that it climbed through. Its tail, shifting as it would, magically. And the street returns because, it's made of magic rock, as if the dragon had never been there at all.
Mhm, mhm.
Just now there's a bunch of smoke and burning people running around, trying to escape, and the guards are easily able to set upon them.
I go over and I look at GOP and I'm like, you're dented.
Yes, this happened to be a very strange occurrence indeed.
Dragon, you lie naked in the pool other than your loincloth, but you saw everything in the sweet satisfaction of having been a part of summoning a dragon, and all it cost you was 1,200, no, not even that, 900 gold.
Yeah. I
Not
go over and
gold.
check on my wife.
Oh, the dragon wants your halberd and your armor, which is even less. That's because the halberd was 600 and the armor was only 200, so 800 gold. But the eye tells you that he can get you much better materials and equipment now that the siege is over. No one's guarding, and he tells you where a specific cache of equipment is for you to go get stuff.
Okay, well, I let him use my body to just get himself.
Okay, so he basically stands you up. He kind of brushes you off. Lady did cast that spell that you would fully recover after a rest cycle. So he basically stands up, and he's been resting in his rest cycle, so that magic basically heals your body, so you're fully healed. Dragon, he looks more like a tiger now, and he basically slips out the back before anybody really notices him or pays attention, and goes off to acquire those materials using your feline agility and regalness to avoid any that would dare question him.
Mm-hmm. 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 How's my wife?
Your wife is good. Um, there's a bunch of these goons inside, and they're all cleaning and doing tasks. It's like, don't you ever break into somebody's house again? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Well, she's terrifying. Let's be fair.
Yeah, they're all just, cleaning and doing things. But fortunately for them, they weren't hit by the dragon fire.
That is true. I am still in my Hulk form. What does
Hmm.
she think when she? Because I forget that I am right. I walk in and hit my head on the door beam, and I'm like, "Babe."
And she's like, you didn't have to compensate for anything, but I do like you taller.
Oh, well, I can stay this way permanently if you like.
No, I mean, you're less easy to wrangle in that form.
I shrink down to my normal size and I climb her.
She gives you a hug.
Hmm.
Um, her dad comes out and he has a new skull mug.
Sweet.
And he's like, so what do you guys usually have this much activity happening? Oh, I could get used to this.
Oh, yeah, it's a fun place.
And someone summon the dragon? Did someone get into the wizard tower and use the gold there? I know I know dragons usually have their own things they do, but powerful enough to talk to one, let alone convince to come up here. This is like what, the second time this month?
Yeah, you are correct.
Hmm.
His name is Zod.
Zod? Hold on a second. I remember Zod. Well, me and when he was a younger dragon. Let me tell you a story. Who wants to hear a story?
Oh, I sit down happily.
Lady, would you like to hear a story?
I'm not. I didn't follow him, did I?
I would hope you go back to the inn.
Okay, go back to the inn. I need to
GOP,
rest up.
are you gonna follow? Are you gonna go to the inn?
I mean, that seems like the logical place to go.
All right, so you go there, and Dragon, I need you to roll a d4 for me. So you're all sitting there, and he tells you, see, a long time ago, my grandfather and my father were on the warpath. They were going out to loot, pillage, and other things that orcs do when they're having fun. And we came across a nest. Well, this just wasn't any nest. This was the nest of a great dragon. Well, we had a horde of orcs and siege weapons. She put up a wonderful fight, but was killed. The eggs were collected, but there was a hatchling there. A hatchling by the name of Zod. Now, I was a wee child at that time, only about 5 years old, as orcs go. But little Zod had probably been there for probably a longer than my grandfather had been alive, but you know how slow dragons grow. And they were all taken. I met dragon. I don't know if it's the same one, but it is a black dragon. And Zod was sold to a wizard in Gobopolis. Before he was a necromancer, of course. It was before before we knew about his horrible plans and all that other nonsense.
Pots and pans,
And
by
so,
the way, is sitting on the floor, absolutely absorbed.
So basically, the Zod is the dragon that was raised and modified by the necromancer himself, a weapon of war. It was a terrible, terrible ritual, I hear, because if Zod is the same dragon, that means I've been alive for what, 50, maybe going on 55 years? 60, old for an orc. But in 60 years, he shouldn't have become a greater dragon unless the necromancer did a soul merge on him, which, if I'm remembering correctly from the lady that told me, because the adventurers that defeated the necromancer, everybody knew about them, and they were talking and spreading the tales of what had happened about Zod the dragon, and not to go to Gobopolis unless you were completely aware that you would need to bring tribute. But because he's a young dragon, in his mind, he doesn't understand how much tribute he should be getting as a greater dragon. But the soul merge was basically all of his kin are dead. He is the last of his brood. His mother and his kin are dead, and the necromancer basically took their souls and experience and merged it into him. So now he is the collective age of his mother plus his siblings that didn't make it, and all that combined turned him from a normal wormling to a greater black dragon. And it was actually that ritual to empower Zod that saw the necromancer's downfall. His back was open, and the maiden and her husband that had infiltrated, he blocked the door, and she ran him through with a sword. The end.
The end.
Zod
I
being
clap.
too powerful.
Pots and pans claps too.
It sounds like a shaking of pans and clang 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 clang. And it's like because he was far too powerful, he retreated into the earth. They couldn't kill him. And that's that. But ultimately, if it is the same one, he would be loyal to the necromancer if he was to return.
That is good to know.
Where's the cat guy at?
That's a good question. What'd you get for your D4 roll, Dragon?
A 1, looks like.
That was an old one. What does he get for the new one?
Oh.
Dragon, you are muted.
The mute dragon.
He usually is
No.
the mute dragon, man.
I will roll.
Mostly because I haven't been doing much today.
Well, yeah, this is your section. Roll a D4 for me there, big guy. You're going to be doing a lot now.
Come on. Why this? So somebody clear off all those dice.
Okay.
I've cleared.
I don't have
mine's-
no dice on.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to reset the page. It'll
It
clear
is
it all.
clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Okay,
don't clear
so-
mine.
1. Excellent. So, I rolled a 4 and got a 1. Dragon. You gain a halberd, Dragon, and it resonates with the heartbeat of the earth. This is a +4 halberd.
That's
Cue
nice.
the link getting open item music.
Da-na-na-na, You also find a suit of plate mail. You can put on some normal plate mail, which will give you the slashing, bludgeoning, and piercing resist. Um, with a 1, it is not necessarily magical, but can be modified. So you basically got your armor back. Your defenses are pretty much the same that they were, because plate mail, I believe, is a +3 to both defenses. No,
Oh my god.
+4 to armor.
Wait, both I thought it was just +4 to melee.
Yeah, it's +4 to melee. That's what it is. This is so you have the +4 to melee from this plate mail. It's in pristine condition. It is actually resistant to those 3 types of damage, and since you rolled a 1, that's pretty much all it is. But there are other suits of armor and stuff that you can take with you to sell to gain money, and particular weapons. But the main thing you got is the +4 halberd, which the only way that could happen is if this was forged by someone that that was basically proficient as a blacksmith, because a level 15 person in blacksmithing can actually forge to the point where you can get up to +4. So this was a legendary halberd at one time. It's not true legendary because it's not enchanted, but it is +4. So it'll give +4 to hit and +4 to damage.
Nice.
And your eye says, well, he's in control of your body. He's like, yes, the great key, the first step to returning the master. And it's like, you will arrive at the right place in time. He puts on the good armor. He picks up a bunch of trinkets. He fills his bag with a bunch of potions from the outcrop. And whenever somebody does, was like, hey, what are you doing in here? And he turns and just, points at him and is like, what was that? And let me see here. So that'd be 41. And so the guy doesn't realize what has happened because the eye casts the Reaper's sickle on him. So this poor dwarf that doesn't realize what's happening in about 20 seconds withers away into bones and dust because he didn't do 41 points of damage to Dragon. And it's like, I do so love it when a plan comes together. And he walks out back to the group, returning back to Dragon before he arrives at the inn, cracking his neck. And, yeah, Dragon, what are you doing?
I
Mm.
don't know. I mean, am I still in the water or what?
No. He walked you out to a cache, killed a dwarf, took the +4 halberd, took the armor, dressed you up, made you look nice. Your wounds are completely healed. So you have armor, you have your weapon. You have new armor and you have a new weapon, and you're fully healed and you're ready to go. What does your character want to do? You're back in control of your body. Good as
I
new.
guess go look for the rest of that group.
All right, so you go back to the tavern, and they are listening to the orc grandpa finish up a story.
Grandpa.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, how you feeling?
No, nobody. All right, fine. That was
Good
the
night,
saddest
John Boy.
episode ever when Grandpa died. Do you remember?
Yeah.
The whole room was teary eyed. Anyway, but
Anyway,
very good. So, well, we have to finish up this storyline, so this campaign
yeah.
line.
Mhm.
So we
Yeah.
go back over to the mayor.
Mhm.
We make sure that the drill is transferred to Gobopolis as it should be.
It is.
I'm sure there's a parade. Everyone's very happy. We get paid.
Mhm. You do get
Mhm.
paid. You
We
guys get
collected
paid.
all the little items and little stuff from all those people we beat.
Okay. Dragon, since you're the one that's been out walking around, make a D20 roll for me, Dragon.
He's gonna say it all disappeared.
No. Dragon, you have, from just going around with a 19, you get 19 degrees of loot. Everybody else make a D20 for payment and loot.
Okay. Are we adding anything to it? Our
Just D20.
proficiency or okay?
Nope, just D20.
18.
Excellent.
Ooh.
It goes off the highest amongst your rolls. Natural 20. Excellent.
Good job, lady.
So, good job, lady. Even the lady rolled twice. Let's see here.
I rolled twice?
Yeah,
Yes, you
get a
did.
3 and a 20.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'll take the 20. I'm a nice guy. So everybody gets so between the split, how many of you are there?
There are
4 of us.
4 of us.
4 of us. Excellent.
What'd he say?
He robot.
You got cut off.
Oh, did I cut off?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, just at it's like ever, and then
I don't
It
know
was
what's going
perfect
on, man.
timing, actually.
Yeah,
Yep.
everybody gets 3,000 gold.
Nice.
oh
Finally, some
wow.
money.
Yes, we
And
needed that.
Dragon, you get 19 minor items of basically 19 wondrous items, like maybe a healing potion, maybe a get rid of dysentery potion,
Mhm.
19 potions of various effects that the
Nice.
I
guy
could have
stole
used
from
one of
the
those on
armory.
my wagon.
Mhm.
Never
They-
mind.
So 19 random potions.
19 random potions. You basically
You could
rummage,
open
and I'm
a
going to do it.
shop.
Yeah. And I'm going to be
At
the
least
nice
a kiosk.
GM. I'm going to be the nice GM that if you need a potion, you reach in your bag, you roll a d20. If it's above a 6, it's the particular type of potion you need within
Nice.
reason. It's not
Good
like a
job.
solve all your
That's
problems, but
Mhm.
if you need like a healing potion, roll. Oh, it's 6. Yep, here's a healing potion. Click, click, click.
That's
Cool.
great. I feel like what's the name from Big Hero 6? What's the
Doraemon?
name? The one with the bag.
I never actually watched that movie.
What
You
movie
do
is
realize it's based upon the comic book, and that they took lots of creative liberties because Big Hero 6 is a Japanese team.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is for.
In fact, one guy actually told us to do an Axel Kaiju in the comic books.
it? Hmm.
Interesting.
That is true.
But so
Cool.
this particular quest chain has been completed.
Yes, it has.
So now that you have returned it, what are you going to do now that you have completed protecting it? You still don't know where the prince went,
Yeah,
and
I was gonna say.
and there's other places within the mausoleum to explore. You still
Oh,
have
yeah.
the depth, and
No.
also the presence of the necromancer is beginning to grow. More things are happening that suggest that the agents of the necromancer have returned to the mausoleum. And there's still that vampire that tried to seduce Lady Stripper
Hmm.
Mm.
Oh, that's
in the
true.
first episode. He's still down there.
Well, since that campaign arc is done, and we
Mhm.
had the big battle and it's all done,
Mhm.
I'm definitely want some downtime.
Yep.
As
Yeah.
things go back to normal. And during that downtime, I'm sure depending on how much you give us, I'm sure I'll do several things. But 2 things that I'm definitely doing
Yes.
is I'm making the bestest media stew ever for Mr. Zod.
Hmm.
Okay.
The
And
dragon's not there no more.
we know where he is.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone just kind of leaves him be. Right?
Mhm.
But I'm going to make him friends with him. Okay. But the other thing, more importantly, what I do is I take GOP to the giant forge and fix this freaking
Oh.
armor and make it badass.
Thank you. I
You're
need
welcome,
that.
sir.
So you can take him to the giant forge.
I am.
All right. Let's see here. Can you take him with you?
Why not?
I have no idea.
Let me see here. GOP, make a D20 roll for me. Don't get a 1.
I'm just
Okay.
using the giant underways.
Oh, that's my
Natural
third
20.
one tonight.
You can actually take him with you because normally
Yay!
it's only for the person with the elder knowledge, but you basically are like close your eyes and you take him with you.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, but
How much time are we taking?
You guys, it's going to be a month of downtime.
Nice.
Yay!
So that's gonna be 4 weeks.
4
Mhm.
weeks.
Yeah. Very nice. Yeah, so you run whatever his armor is. You guys can do that on your own. I have very high skill in forging in that particular place.
Mhm.
And of course he has skill, so he can assist me. But
Mhm.
whatever the giantish metal and stuff to make his armor, whatever it makes it better. You know this, so
Yeah.
I'll
So
just leave it
what?
to you.
Okay. So we'll get to what is given in exchange for the metal later.
Sure.
So because the giant will help you, the Colossus, basically this massive thing.
I
But he
introduced
tells.
GOP to
Oh,
Molantan,
yeah,
Molanta.
Melantan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mulatto.
Oh no, no,
So
no. Don't say that.
Melantan says that in exchange for this metal and the forging, he will help forge it himself. Um, he takes from the blood of the earth and actually, between his fingers, because his body burns so hot, the metal actually melts in his fingers, and he drops it like, into the forge, so you can actually upgrade GOP's armor, whatever pieces you want, into giant metal if you go to special materials in the document.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking at them right now.
Which
Giant metal.
those will improve. So what giant metal does? Where is it? Increases weapons damage to plus for its types, or gives armor plus resistance to level 2 its type. So, for example, now, but you have to go by your class, I believe, GOP, because your class has a special for giant metal instead.
Oh, it does. Huh?
Architect, giant metal. Wait. No.
I
That's
just
not right.
figured it was better than what he had.
It is. It
Yeah,
is.
True.
yeah. I'm being magnanimous, GOP.
I appreciate it because I
You're
want to be a
welcome.
little bit more beefy
I
if I'm
think
gonna
you've
be.
been tanking pretty good, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, I got an extra 20 hit points from that from my writing skill.
Yeah.
So.
I wish I could put down a little bit more damage, but I'm more of kind of out of combat or like effect guy, I guess.
Hmm.
So, what health does your armor normally give you?
Let's see. So I get because I'm right now. Let's see what I'm rocking. I've got bronze head and hands. My bonus to health is for my uh, body and my legs. Those are no, those aren't bronze. What are my head and legs were?
Well,
I
you
think
should
those are.
probably change your entire suit to giant metal because you'll
Yeah.
get plus 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You'll have plus 15 health. You get to choose 2 damage types and you get resistance plus. You get resist 2 of choice plus, which means if you take damage from those type, it's half damage. And you gain boon at the start of combat, which is you roll 1d4 plus 1, and that's a pool of points that you can spend to give plus 1 to your rolls.
Hmm.
So if you rolled at the beginning with boon, if you get like a 4, which means that you have a pool of 5 points. So say 5 rolls you give plus 1, or 1 roll you give plus 5. Mix it up. It's like lay on hands, but you get a bonus to your roll.
Yeah, I mean, I'll get if I only switch out 2 of them, I'll still
Mhm.
get my damage reduction from my iron, and I'll still get all the bonuses from the other one. So that probably would make the most sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably replace up my 2. I think I have bronze, so my head and my hands I'll replace out.
Mm-hmm. So the head gives
3 HP, and the
yep.
hands are arms 3
Mm-hmm.
HP. So I get to increase my HP. That's pretty nice.
What 2 damage types are you choosing for resist plus?
I'll have to look because I'll have to go through the whole list and see
Okay.
exactly what
All
I
right.
want.
But that's cool. So you get that dragon You have your potions and your group of potions. They've disappeared for a while. Lady is probably, I don't know what Lady's going to do, but Dragon, you have um, about a month of time to train and to practice. But the eye says, if you want, the master will return. You have the key. If we can find the lock, we'll be able to take the first step. If you're interested.
What does the master want to do when he gets back?
Well, the master originally wanted to unite a large, like, everyone said he wanted to conquer the world. That's not what he wanted to do. He wanted to make one nation under death, indivisible with, slavery and mastery for all.
Mm-hmm.
So he's basically going to make undead America.
Nice. America, well armed.
So basically, during life, you work, and during death, you are a guard empowered by the spirit of the country itself. So that way,
I mean, that is kind of blasphemous to my god.
well, I mean, yeah, it's cursed by Jared, but you could always pick a different god.
Hmm.
Or you could seek out, you could embrace the curse and um, become a dark magus. Hated by your goddess, they are. But, the more hated you are, kind of the more powerful you become. Wink, wink. Just laying it on the table. Just laying it on the table. But, the master would probably reward you handsomely and respect your choices not to be a part. We could, annex a small southern portion, call it Hexaco for you, and you could stay there.
Mexico.
If you're interested, you could have, your own flatbreads and, your meats for your felines. And it's pretty much a savanna anyways, with a few prickly plants, but it's fine. You have an ocean nearby. What say you? You want to rule? You want to be a lion that not only has a pride but a country behind him, and help return the
Maybe.
master? I will take a
I don't care
maybe.
for I don't care for undeath though.
Well, that's fine. That's why you get Hexaco. You'll be far away from undeath. We'll even build a wall to separate our nations. How about that?
And what happens to people that don't want to be members of the undead?
It's not really something that you can decide. If you're born in it, you kind of don't know any better. I mean, just like if someone was born as a lion folk, one of the Zet as you are, they wouldn't have any choice but to either join the pride or, not, at least until they hit puberty. Similarly, if someone does not want to be a citizen, they can always reject their citizenship, but who knows what will happen to them in death. What we give is the guarantee that if you work for, you know, the great nation, then in death you will return to life to serve the great nation as the hero that the citizens believe you to be. All are heroes in death. Your life is never wasted, for you will always be a hero.
And the original reason why the heroes killed this guy was why?
Because, it's going to be a giant cursed nation.
Yeah, no, dragon's the enemy now. Didn't you know that?
I pick acid and piercing, by the way.
Okay. Acid and piercing.
Because acid, so if I have a plus on my acid, that means if I'm getting like hit with an acid attack, is that I just don't want my stuff to dissolve.
If
Like
you
I'm
have
paranoid about that.
if you have plus defense to acid, it takes resistance is double. It takes 4 times as many stacks. So,
What's
if
the
you're
actual pluses on that, seeing as Bolanta actually helped build it?
that would be now he's letting you guys. He's basically doing it so that the armor does not kick back. If you
Okay,
want
that's
him to
fine.
act,
What's the
So the
actual pluses?
pluses,
Yeah.
GOP roll plus a d4 for me. See what plus it is. See how much Belanta actually cared.
Okay.
Roll
D4.
high. Yeah, roll high because it's either +1 to +4. It is a
Oh,
+4 armor.
wait. Oh, I have +4 to my armor?
Well, because it's a
What does that mean?
part. But no, so what it is um, you as an artificer really can't enchant your armor to be +1, +2, +3, +4.
But
But
I can.
what I would, well, I mean, it doesn't work that way for the artificer suit.
Oh, okay.
But what I will say is because he actually did it himself. Um, let me do this for you. GOP.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because he has done this for you and helped you, um, I want you to. Let's see. The boon on your armor is always maximized. When you go into combat, it's always +5. You don't have to roll.
Nice.
Always
So
+5, so that's
you'll have 5 points in order to give plus or my, +1 to your, or +2, +3, like lay on hands, but for pluses. You'll always have
okay.
a pool of 5 points to improve your rolls.
Very
Okay,
good.
cool.
Yep.
And
That's great.
what is the story ending XP in total for combat and such?
Woohoo! So since Dragon has not done much, I'm going to let Dragon roll it. So Dragon, roll 2d20 for me.
Because I mean, that was a huge
Yep.
huge
That was a
thing.
huge undertaking, huge endeavor. Dragon, you're great. Don't let anybody tell the birthday boy he's not a great person.
Mhm.
So with the base, everybody's gonna get 78 XP.
Dang.
Everybody gets
17.
+2.
Yep.
Oh, an
So
additional +2.
Yeah,
Okay.
yep.
from
So
me.
80 XP. Everybody gets 80.
Dang. Oh
Everybody getting 80. Hoping you having fun because I get to throw the hard stuff at you.
well, I get to completely upgrade my spear work,
Yep.
so this is gonna be crazy.
So now GOP has a 30 melee defense and a 22 range defense with his shield.
And now I'm level 9.
Nice.
Wait, you were level, what level were you before?
7.
Okay, but after level 5, it's 50 XP per level. How'd you get to level 9?
You said 80, right?
You got 80
Mhm.
XP.
Yes. I had 22. 22 plus 80 is
102.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you went
So
from
if he was
6
already
to.
at if he was already 7.
He was at level 6. He goes up to level 8.
how
So
about that level 7?
when were you at level 7? Have you not?
I mean, if he's
Because
been jumping at all in
I
level.
can't remember the last time I even spent XP on skills.
I was just curious. Dang.
Yeah, so he's been going full in
Oh,
on
he's
levels.
been full XP pumping? All right. Well, you have healing potion crafting. You're level 9. You have Advent Hill, Smite, Diplomatic Aura. You have Empowered. You have Sanctified Purpose, Divine Word, which has been. You also have Burdens. You have Holy Hands, which has been buffed. Now, whenever you hit something that's non supernatural, you heal yourself for 1d4. You also have Alms, and you have all the other stuff. So you are level 9, Dragon. You are one level away from level 10, which you'll get your second proficiency +2.
Also, the fact I also gained a ability increase.
You
You do.
do. So you get another +1 to a stat.
Good, I need a better range defense.
Now, remember, if your defenses, like your offenses and defenses, go over 17, it reduces the other one. GOP asked me this because his melee defense from spear work, all the modifiers, um, his would have gone up to 24. So what that would mean is that is 7 over 17. So that would reduce his range defense from the 13 it was, -7, but then the spearwork gives him +10, so it would have gone up to 19. And then with his shield, it'll put him to 30/24, was it? We've calculated?
Yeah.
Yeah, 30 plus 24. So, what's your range defense, Dragon?
14.
Yep, cool. Did you have a shield, Dragon? Or a shield
Let me.
bonus?
Did I have? Wait, was it 14?
It's okay. There's a particular fire spell that you want to get that, if you can get it, um, will make you pretty powerful.
No, wait, 15. Wait,
15's
range
good.
defense. Wait, range defense is 10 plus dex bonus.
Yep, 10 plus dex.
Yeah.
You okay, lady?
My foot. It's
Oh, no.
the arch is cramping.
Oh.
Oh no!
Mm.
You all right?
Her foot's
Oh.
cramping.
My arch is cramping. Not just the foot, the arch.
Yeah, that sucks. That definitely
Yeah.
sucks. What does it mean that I am in the Kavesh anyway?
In the Kavesh, what are you referencing?
When I got level 7.
Oh, level 7. Oh, I'm so glad you asked. The Kavesh. Let's see here.
Mm.
So the Kavesh is a special society for enchanters,
Mm-hmm.
where they give you particular discounts. It's almost like a guild hall for enchanters that helps direct you. Make sure that you don't come to financial ruin. Gives you quests, if you want them, of course. You don't have to stay in it, but it's basically a refuge.
Oh. Okay.
For enchanters, and also gives you information. So other Kaveshans, it's basically the name of your special club.
I see.
You know how you can teleport into the the Elven courts and the under place. You can now go to Kaveshi Towers and stay there for free, and do work for them, all that stuff.
So will I call it like a guild?
Yeah, you're part of the Kavesh Guild.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I make the stew for the dragon.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Excellent.
Chat him
So,
up.
with that. So, Dragon, you are, emanating a good bit of power. Lady, what are you doing with your 100 XP in your downtime?
I am trying to find some good armor.
You're going to try to go out and find some good armor?
Yeah.
Okay, where are you looking? Because you got,
The normal
4,000 money?
Mm-hmm.
3,000 is all I got. 3,040.
It is a lot.
Yep. So,
I'll make sure I got my 20 charisma when I go in there to do it.
okay. You're going to cast a spell to give yourself 20 charisma? All right.
Yeah.
So, you cast that and become pretty. You go into buy armor. Make your charisma roll. 1d20 plus 5.
1d20 plus 5. I'm on 25. Yes, 25. Well, close enough.
Yeah, but you also get +1 from your proficiency, so that'd be 25.
That's true. Okay.
So you are smart. You have an owl mask that kind of looks like your face, and you take that off for the duration of the spell. So when you feel the spell wearing off, you put the mask on so people can't tell that you're not as pretty as you are. So that way you kind of are sneaky.
Okay.
Because if you're just standing there and suddenly you kind of get uglier, they're going to realize it's magic. But if you like put the mask on, you're like, I only deem to speak to you, blah blah blah, and you can
Okay.
seem pretty.
All right.
So with that, the blacksmith basically tells you it's like for a lady of your caliber, you'll probably have to go elsewhere in order to find materials. I would recommend contacting the Kavesh. They would be able to direct you towards armor that would be worthy of your experience. Gobopolis only tailors to those of the beginning branches of adventuring.
And he
you
doesn't know. She's still beginning.
I,
Okay.
you actually happen to know a member of the Quebec.
Yeah. But he's probably off in hiding right now.
Who, me?
But I know his wife. I know his wife. Wait a second.
Hiding. What's he
Hiding.
hiding from?
Yeah, I'm not.
I
He's
don't
not
know.
hiding. He's probably trying to get suffocated. Wait, I didn't
That's
say that.
true.
What
Either
was it?
that or I'm schmoozing a dragon or schmoozing a mayor, you know.
Okay. Gonna
I'm a
go to the bar
schmoozer.
and talk with her first. See if her husband's around.
Okay, so Chester, what would your wife talk to her about?
Well, whatever, I guess. It
So
depends. Is this
you,
Sizzle or is it the Owl Girl?
This is the
Owl
owl
Girl.
girl.
Oh, okay.
Sizzle will receive half the XP that you got, so she gets 40 XP, lady.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Mhm.
Yeah. I was kind of looking for your husband.
Oh, him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
him.
Right this way. Chester, you are working on some of the numbers, and your traveling companion is brought to your attention.
Like, oh, hi.
Eddie ho.
Hmm.
He says thank you to the woman, smiles at her, and sits down across from him. I was looking for someone who's a member of a certain. Should I go like mumbles the word because she doesn't want to say it out loud?
Kavesh.
Yeah, Kavish.
Well, I don't know. How secret is it?
It's decently secret.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
one of those like, you don't go looking for them; they go looking for you.
Well, she's a druid, right? So
Yeah.
what would be my response?
Druids are always welcome in the Kavesh, and her reasoning is she just wants better armor and weapons so that she can, fulfill her duty, and there's nothing dishonorable in that. And the Kavesh understand the weaknesses in Gobopolis's trade routes and what they have access to, and they would be more than happy to help her um, find some weapons and armor that would be, useful. Because as a druid, you can't use metal. So it's kind of harder to find good stuff that's not made
Sure.
of metal. And
Yep.
they know of like special trees, crystal, stones that can be used, all these different types of things that get around the needs of druids but can give comparable strength, and so they can, direct you in that way.
Sweet. Well, seeing as she's what level are you?
5th.
Oh yeah, no,
Well,
no,
you
no
got
problem.
you got 80 XP, so
I
you
haven't.
can.
Well, yeah, I can raise it, but I just recently raised it, so
Yeah,
just
but no,
trying to catch up
it's
on everything
okay.
else.
That's plenty enough.
Okay.
And yeah, no, I'm assuming it's a business deal. So with
Mhm.
a magical person. So I put her in contact with the Kavesh for such bargainings.
Okay. So,
I'm pretty sure I'll have to leave town to go find it. Right?
I have no idea if they
yeah,
have a
you'll have to.
yeah.
You would have to, because he sends a missive to go contact the Kavesh, and the Kavesh will welcome you. They'll tell you where the nearest tower is, and you'll just have to make your way over to them. It'll be about 3 or 4 day travel by road.
Now
Okay.
With that, because I'm pretty happy with that, with what I got as far as equipment. The only thing I'd want to do is to get something like a ring of haste, or something that allows me to have more attacks than one around. Is really
Mhm.
what I'd like to spend my money on if I can. So would I do that through the Kavesh or the Elven Court?
Well, the Elven Court might be able to give you something. The Kavesh, okay, so here's how it would go. The Elven Court could do more of enchantments, and the Kavesh could find special materials and magic items.
Well, so I
So,
would go to the elves then.
yeah, so what you would do is you would go to the elves, and the elves would basically be like, um, we can do magical accords and arcane weaving, um, so to where, you can have, because I believe there's a couple of effects that give you haste for so many rounds. I forget what it is, though, because there's a haste spell I put in. I'm not sure what, I think it's tree magic, or will magic. I'm not sure what level it is.
I'm not sure
But
either.
now
I just
I
wanted
can actually.
something to, give myself an extra attack around.
I got you. I got you. If you're a barbarian, you can get an extra attack around.
I
If you're
am
a warrior,
not.
yeah, yeah, I understand. There's another. Oh wait, GOP. There was a spell that you were going to use. It's a level 1 spell. It's
Level
a
one
tree
spell
spell.
that I was gonna use.
No, no, not you. You were saying for lady. What was it?
I'll have to look. I don't recall.
Bramble Bomb.
No, flower power.
Oh, okay, I see it. You gain a +1 action to your next round and heal 5 health if
You critical, but are
you're
forcibly
critical. Yeah.
slowed for the next round. And slowing does affect like magical transport as well. So what you could do is the elves could make you a crown of flower power, um, Chester,
Yeah,
and what it would
that's
do is,
that sounds too restrictive.
yeah, they could do that, which would be cheaper, and the crown would basically you'd be slowed, but your bonuses of movement might cancel it out, and then you just get one extra action. Um, or you could do, let's see, where is haste? What level spell is that? Let me see. I put it in here. It's literal like haste. Is it level 4?
I don't suppose to my looting if I came across any gold.
Yeah,
Make a
3,000.
make a
Yeah,
service.
that's what we rolled for.
Oh, 3,000 gold?
Yeah, you got
Okay.
3,000 gold.
Yep.
Okay, good. Now our money's just spent on learning skills.
Hmm. It should be around here somewhere. Here, I'm gonna do word search because I knew I put it in here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Not a dead end.
okay. So there, will. It is a will spell. Let's see here, page 72. Let's see what. It's a 4th level will spell called Imbue Haste. Choose 2 allies and give them haste this round.
That's
So,
really good, actually.
so Imbue Haste is a will spell, 4th level, which is a little bit higher. When you're level 8, you can cast this, which I think you can get yourself up to that.
I am level 8.
Uh,
Yeah.
Level 8. Did you take the will skill so that you can cast will spells?
I can't. I'm completely maxed.
All right, so then they will make an item that can do that, because otherwise you'll just have to stick to your class related spells. So they will make a crown of imbue haste that you can wear.
Okay.
And if you would like to roll a d4 for me,
Sure.
because they do like you. So They will do this for half the normal price, which is a good amount of money. All right. So since they're doing it for half the price, it'll be 1,500 gold. It'll be 3 charges, and whenever you activate the crown as a move action, it will cast Imbue Haste, and you can choose to yourself and like someone
Somebody else.
else, or
And how do I recharge it?
um, it will recharge 1 charge per rest action that you use in it.
Okay,
So
that's fine.
So if you, so when it's downtime, if you spend both your downtimes focusing on the crown, it'll regain 2 charges.
Oh, got it.
So I'm debating because this is really useful in some ways, but it's also can be kind of a big complication for the party. I'm debating on whether getting the last tier of Dread Approach.
Mhm.
What it does is it nullifies magic other than base plus on armor and weapons within 20 feet of itself. Doesn't affect the rider or the mount if a vehicle. So basically, if anyone tries to cast a spell within 20 feet of me, it's nullified.
Also, enchantments are nullified. Magical
Yeah,
items are
enchantments are
nullified.
nullified. So I'm debating if I should pick that up, just because there's a lot of usefulness if we're up against mages, or
Just
if
don't
I
stand
should.
within 20 feet of Chester because you have an anti-magic aura. Maybe
Yeah,
like
it's an
Beholder.
anti-magic aura. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
debating because I don't think it'll let me just turn it off or on.
No, it's
So
constantly active.
yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Think I should go for it or no?
Well, it
Because he can
sounds
take
like,
his suit off.
yeah, but it sounds like
So
that's going to
that,
screw us up in combat pretty bad, dude.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm like debating on it because there's some ways it could be really useful, but other ways it could just completely screw the
Could you
party.
imagine if Dragon walks in and the magic in the eye is canceled and the eye returns to its normal size, just cracks his skull in half? Just
Oh, gross.
Yeah, I think I'll avoid that.
Mhm. What
Yeah,
does
but
what does haste do anyway?
haste gives you an extra action in your turn,
Oh, easy enough.
and it doubles your movement.
You're doubling my movement? Oh, all right.
That's what haste does.
You're going to be outrunning us.
Well,
Well,
he'll have 60
I
feet of
move
movement.
50 as it is, so that's 100.
50 throws 100.
Yeah.
If he gets haste on him. See, I get to bring out the big guns, I believe. Let me look at haste. Let me just double check front to haste. Oh, no. I made it balanced. You get 1 additional action in your turn, move or attack. So if
Oh,
you're
okay.
hasted, you can either get an extra move action, which would be 100 feet,
Right.
or you could attack twice.
Okay.
Ring of invisibility, please.
Well,
I gotta
okay.
disappear if these guys are cloaking, whatever.
You want a ring of invisibility? I don't know if I put invisibility in the game. I think I
that
did.
guy's armor was invisible.
It was, yeah,
Or cloaked. Or
that would be.
camouflaged.
It was an
No.
illusion. Yeah, there's plenty of illusion spells where you can shapeshift yourself. So, um, you know what you could do. Technically, what you're doing is you're casting. Let's see, where's that spell? It's like a level 1 wood spell or tree spell.
Is there a magic item list or no?
No. Magic. There's magic crafting where you can craft the plus and stuff like that, but it's up to things like the Elven Court and my judgment if I let you turn spells into items, because that's really strong.
That's true.
Um, so what's going to happen?
And so, wait, what did you say the price was with that? Like, if I were to attempt it
Attempt what?
to turn a spell into an item?
It's level of the spell. It's level of the spell times 1,000.
Okay.
But that's not linear. It's so be
It's a
the
general rule, but
it's
it's
a
not
general rule.
exact. Yeah.
The more powerful spells cost more. Now, Chester has very high charisma and high rapport with the court, so they didn't charge him like the 10,000 gold it would take. They basically did 1,500, but they know that he's going to work in interest of the court. He's going to be paying it off, but They
Sure.
only charge him 1,500 up front.
Sure. That makes sense.
Because you can't do any good if it's just paywalled. So it's like, look, it's going to cost this much, but we'll give it to you up front for this, and then you just pay us as you go. We're not
Yeah,
going
no,
to come
that's
looking
fine.
for it.
I'll look through and see if there's anything that I could throw for Chester's way, or not Chester's way, throw Puffin's way. I think that'll be interesting.
So basically, if you can find, there are spells which allow you to shapeshift and stuff like that. Some of them are not particular, just as a humanoid, and air elementals can be humanoid. And they're transparent, so you're not really turning invisible. You're just transforming your outer appearance to look like an air elemental, which is invisible.
Ah, okay.
So that's how they do that. Like that guy just put the illusion on his armor of being an air elemental. It was still holding the shape, but it was invisible. Kind of like the Predator.
Okay, so an air elemental can also fly, but you can't.
Yeah, you can't. You don't gain the supernatural abilities. At like 6th or 7th level, there are spells that let you basically just polymorph and take on all the effects of whatever.
That's on a what spell thing?
Mm-hmm. You'll just have to look through and find one of the transformation spells. Cantripification has a transformation spell, but it's not the same. It shifts a material into another material of similar type. Yeah,
Okay.
the GOP, stay away from people with cantripification.
I'm not taking that feature, so.
Well, no, I'm saying if I throw someone with cantripification against you, they'll turn your giant metal into iron.
Well, does it? I mean, if it works for like magical items, I feel like that's a bit overpowered for a cantrip.
It's basic items. It's basic materials. It's not magic.
Yeah.
How much land can I get to do my farming? Or how much do I need? Is
Well,
it possible?
I buffed the farming skill. You had a small farm. It was about 3 acres.
Oh, okay.
Back at that was one thing your family left you.
Here in the village or outside?
Back with Rook.
Ah, that's out there though. Okay. There's no regular caravan to that tower, is there? Or the day's travel, 3 to 4 days travel to it.
Mm-hmm.
What?
What do you mean? It's 3 to 4 days of travel by road.
So I gotta wait for the parties ready. Okay.
Or you could fly there.
This is true. Yeah, but knowing you. Yeah, I'll go. Flip flop, flip flop, flip flop, flip flop.
Flip flop.
What kind of flight
Actually,
is that?
excuse me. Owls don't make wing noises. That's right.
Especially
right.
not flip flop.
Certainly not flip flop. Yeah. That's the sound that Hawaiians make.
When they fly. So Puffin, can I get on my suit? Can I get the spell Indomitable Vigor, for increase all of my stats by 1? That's a level 3 will spell.
How much money you have?
Got over 3,000 now.
Um, let's see here. I don't see.
That's under will, 3rd level.
Yeah, let's see here. No. And you want that to be active how long?
It's a perpetual spell, so that's why I
So
was
you
like,
want it to be perpetual. So there's
Mhm.
another spell that allows you to imbue perpetual into an item.
hmm.
So someone would need to have that spell, which they would, which would allow you to imbue the perpetual. So basically, what happens is if they do that, they um, will have perpetual. Basically, they will cast that into the item since it's perpetual. The person who cast it, if they do enchanting, um, if you have a if you cast or use a perpetual spell, it will negate it. Basically, the item will no longer work. So don't cast anything perpetual.
Well, I can't cast spells anyways, but
Well, you can make scrolls. If you cast a scroll that's perpetual effect, don't do that. And since it's 3rd level, it would cost you 1,000 gold. I mean 3,000 gold.
all right, I'm gonna look up something with my scrolls before I do that,
Okay.
but I'll keep that in mind.
Okay.
But yeah, we should still, since we have a few minutes left, my character will talk to the Goblin Mafia and let them know what happened to. Since I technically did my part of the job, but
Mm-hmm.
the part that failed was the his special carriage.
Yeah, the other guy.
So,
It's the other guy's fault. You're learning.
hmm
Mhm.
So they're like, so the package did not make its delivery because of the incompetence of our esteemed carrier droid. Well, that doesn't bode well for us. But I understand that it is hard working with incompetence, sir. You have our condolences. Before your outstanding success, it seems that you've gotten a particular upgrade, but that weapon, it is it's kind of bogus, but me and the boys, we've been thinking that you've done doing good for being, you're not a bum, and you actually did exactly what we asked you without even complaining.
yes, Clive.
So we all pitched in together and we got you this, and they hand you a box.
Ooh, a box. I'm very happy. I don't even know what's in it. I just like boxes.
Are you going to open the box?
I will open the box. Yes.
Inside the box is a Tommy gun.
Oh, I'm very grateful.
It's made special for you. Go ahead, give it a grip.
I do.
The gun will change its size depending if you are grabbing it or your mech is grabbing it. It is magical.
Ooh. I wonder, can I attach it to the mech? That'd be cool.
You wield it with the mech.
Yeah. Just like put it as like an arm gun, like
Mhm.
yeah, that's
Now,
cool.
while it is it is a repeating weapon. While it is magical, it is still a small scale weapon. So its damage is 2d6. If you crit, it's 3d6, and it does that damage as poison damage. So the next round, whatever was hit will take 1d4 poison damage.
All right.
It does poison slash piercing. So you can apply expose to people and or poison.
You said 2d6 and 3d6 if I crit.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Plus whatever your
Nice.
ranged, uh, you have your +1 proficiency to your damage.
Yeah. I only have a +2 on my ranged attacks, but I don't really range isn't my go-to anyways, but it's good to have ranged
Mm-hmm.
options. So,
Well, I thought that would be helpful. I thought you wouldn't miss out. It's a repeating dart gun, so
mhm.
they tell you where you can pick up darts. They can deliver them to you if you need, and you basically you put the box of darts. You pour them into the barrel, shake it up a bit, and then you start firing.
Yep. No, that's cool. I'm very happy with that.
Good. Hey, but we'll be in touch. If you got to travel and go places, we'll be in touch. We might have some jobs for you to do. Some people that you might need to persuade again or whack. Something like that.
Yeah, like they need a good slap across the face. I understand.
Mm. No, 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 no. You see, they're bad people. We need you to make them less bad.
I would like a stern talking to. I'm completely on board with you.
Okay, listen, listen, listen. Okay, so there are some. Okay, look. Um, we have deals with the local militia, all right? And we need you to do some bounty hunting, wanted dead or alive. The best you can do.
Okay, well that makes sense.
Okay, good, good. So we might send you some contracts to complete. You know.
All right, sounds fair to me. Okay, so they aren't trying to get us to go after the kidnapped prince. That's
No,
probably a
they
cold trap.
after they tell you about after you tell them about the prince and everything, they're like,
Hmm.
well, all right, boys, make sure you got all the guns, prepped and the siege weapons in place, because those dwarves are gonna be asking a lot of questions, and you know what we gotta do? Talk to them nicely.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Hmm.
Mhm. Bada bing, bada boom. I do have a question.
Yes,
The spell schools, the spells. My
yes.
class doesn't gain any access to that, right?
You are a magical class. If you spend a skill slot, you can learn a magical school. It's basically you use a spell slot, you choose heat, ash, cold, will, or tree, and you can, instead of like leveling up like you do the other skills, you progress down that
So
particular series of spells.
I can't do that. I see. Okay.
Well, if you would like to retro, since these didn't come into play until afterwards, I will let you get rid of one skill you have and pick up a spell school
Mm,
because that's only fair. One of
yeah.
one of the seven that you're using for actual progression, not your level 0 from whatever.
Right. Um. hmm, okay. I'll look at it. I'll take a look at it now that you get it written down. The only
Yes,
thing
sir.
I'd want to get rid of, as far as chosen ones, was one of my initial ones was astronomy, and
You can get rid of astronomy if you want.
replace it with what, magic?
Well, you pick a school. So you do the
Will.
heat
Oh, I see.
school,
Okay. Okay.
cold school, ash school, will school, or tree school.
Okay. All right.
And so then as you're, leveling up, you can cast out of that if you're double the level. So in order to cast level 3 spells, you have to be level 6. If you want to cast level 4 will spells, you got to be level 8 unless you're, a druids, but they can only cast tree spells.
So it doesn't have rank,
Yeah, there are level 1, 2, 3, and 4 spells, and up
but
to
that has to
up to
do with
level
my
7.
level, not actual rank and skill.
No, it doesn't have ranks. It's relative to your level. As long as your level is double the level of the spell you're trying to cast, you can cast it.
I get it. Okay.
So, um, the only way that most people, except for druids, can cast 8th level spells is if they draw from a mana font. And because you have, the spell school, whenever you're around, you can make a survival roll to notice a mana font. And then, I'll tell you what type of font it is. Is like, is there a font of will in your roll? I mean, the blood of the dead gods everywhere probably is. But if there is a font there, you roll a d8, and if you get an 8, you could cast the 8th level will spell, which is Wish.
I see. Okay. All right. I'll have to go through
Question:
it and study it. So
these fonts that are just anywhere, are they permanent or do they just have a limited amount
They're
of
they're permanent, but you can only use them once per cycle until they refresh, because they're
cycle? Is what, a moon cycle, a
a
day
moon
cycle?
cycle.
A moon cycle. Okay.
Now there could be multiple fonts of the same one. It really depends, but the blood of the dead god is everywhere, and just as it was perpetual, these are never ending
All
in
right.
reality.
Out of all the armor, I see one, two, three, four. 5 possible that is not metal.
Mhm.
So those are the only 5 I can pick from then.
Potentially, but you could also have what's it called? You could the Kavesh could basically be like, hey, you want this armor that's particularly metal. You can have that armor with its particular bonuses, but it's made of crystal. That's what the Kavesh can help you. So you said you want a full
Oh,
plate. They could
okay.
make like a full plate crystal that would do the same thing as full plate, but it's made of crystal, so you could use it. The only thing is that if someone cast a shatter spell on you, it would break the armor.
But who has to show? Well, that's right. The cat is not a spell; it's an effect on battle, right? Shatter,
Mm,
because that's
there's a spell shatter.
it would have to be Pacific spell shatter.
Well, then, like, things could shatter the crystal, but it's still tough like iron. So if it could break iron, it could break the crystal. But I'm just saying the
Okay.
only there are a couple of spells that
So
are,
what is then the best AC? I don't
that's
know
for you to
anymore.
figure out. Ask
Oh,
GOP, he can help you. I'm not going to do it for you. But he can definitely give you some suggestions on particular magical items you could have made to particularly boost your character to levels of unnatural ability. Ain't that right, Dragon?
Yes.
Yes.
Chester.
Because
I mean,
Yes.
not Chester. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. GOP. You got
Mhm.
5 minutes to give me that list.
I don't
Okay.
know if I can manage that, but
Dragon's going to have a lot to do next session.
Fair.
mhm.
So
Yay!
what I will do in that regard then, seeing as how that works, I will just savant myself into the will spells.
Mm-hmm.
Since I'm a level 9, I think I should be able to be a higher rank in the church.
Probably. You are the highest level
Probably,
person here.
yeah.
Yep.
But I'm not sure. Let's see here if that will. That should be. You just have someone have to cast, an ally or somebody. Well, wait, make your mental roll to see if you could have picked up will magic from one of the guys that casted a will spell.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm going to allow it to get too high because the idea of having it's like, oh, there's no levels in this. I'm going to savant and just now have all
Yep.
the magical schools without having spells. I'm not going to do that. That's
Well, you
not going
don't
to
have
happen.
to do that, but I mean, I'm not going for all of them. I'm going for one. I'm
So,
just trying
well,
to
you're
diversify my magical abilities.
gonna. So, are you gonna give up astronomy for will? Because if you use your savant, I'll let you replace astronomy for will using your savant to justify learning will from that combat.
Okay. I have astronomy, but what I'm saying is using my savant, which I succeeded on the roll, I
Mhm.
can gain the will.
You can gain rank 0 if it does. That's what I'm trying to think is like if it
Well, you
doesn't
said
have
they have
ranks.
no ranks though.
Yeah, you have no ranks, but savant gives you rank 0 in a skill. If it doesn't have a rank 0, does that apply? That's what I'm just thinking through. You know what? We're trying to have fun. Sure, you have will magic now.
I
Congratulations.
can make the astronomy rank 0 if you'd like.
No. Astronomy, you need that for magic because one of the ranks in astronomy lets you see magical fonts. You don't have to make any rolls. You can just see the flows of magic.
I see. I get it.
That's why
Okay.
you take astronomy is because, someone would take like the school of will for a skill point and then would take astronomy. And that way they don't have to make any rolls. They know exactly what mana fonts are around them at all times because they literally see them floating through the air.
Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to look at what I have that I could get rid of because I have rank 0 stuff, but that's separate. But the stuff I have that I've spent skill on, I have to have. I can't get
I
rid of it.
understand. Um, but yeah, I mean, for fun, if it's okay with the rest of the party, I'll let you do that. Is it okay with the rest of the party?
I don't care.
I guess.
Just
Sure.
restrict me to
Yeah.
one school, maybe.
Well, yeah, just will. That'll be the only thing that you can savant into is will.
All right.
And it's fitting because it's using your willpower.
Sure.
Adrenaline strike. If rolled with full effort, you can forego the damage guarantee to attack as both your main and movement action.
Yeah, basically what that means is, so say you haven't moved.
Mm-hmm.
So you haven't moved. Normally, if you do full effort, the minimum damage on all the dice you would deal is 5. If you bypass that, if you ignore that, then you get to attack as your main action, and then you can attack as your move action. So you get 2 attacks
Mm.
per round. But you would basically, if you don't move, you can attack twice. Basically, what it's saying. But with GOP, if he had something like that, because he has the extra arm, he can attack with full effort, and he could attack twice and still move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But isn't that the barbarian class?
This was under mind speed list,
That's
which
if
is
you.
below psychokinetics.
Yeah, you need to be exposed to outer powers. You guys don't have access to outer powers.
Yeah. By the way, none of the sorry, go
What?
ahead.
What?
You can go, Dragon. I'll talk after you.
What did you ask, Dragon?
I mean, they don't. I might.
I mean, if you can ask the eye for anything, and you still have that potion of show you, of ask me whatever. So if you drink the potion and say, "Hey, I'd like to encounter outer powers," then yes, you could find outer powers, and you would experience them. Would you survive it? I mean, probably you have luck and fate still. You
I
have
don't
1
want to.
fate and 2
I
luck.
would not really nearly use it.
Yeah,
Only going to
because
use it if I die again.
like look at
Notice I
okay.
said again.
Let me.
Yeah,
I'll
again. Well, again. You mean if until they killed me again?
He's never going to get over that, is he?
No, never.
No.
I'll explain pretty much. If you encounter an outer power, you pretty much will probably want to use luck or fate to avoid death. Because outer powers are not.
And there's no seducing them either, right?
No. It's
You're
like.
No seducing the outer powers, lady.
Yeah, you don't seduce the outer
Lady,
powers.
stop
Too
seducing
bad.
outer powers.
Yeah,
I was referring
bad.
to you, mister.
Too bad. I seduced the outer powers.
No, you can't.
So again,
He uses a luck.
No, that doesn't. Who do you think gives you your luck?
But I was gonna say the scrolls don't really have like a permanent tag kind of thing on them.
Yep.
So I don't think they work the same way as spells. Like they're not. At least as far as I can tell. I think like the Scroll of Wind is kind of like a wish kind of thing.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if it had a keyword on it that said perpetual, and you cast it through the scroll, you would screw yourself.
Yeah, I don't think there's any that I can see. Maybe I missed over one, but nothing has like that tag on it. So, but I got you. All right, I will remember that.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, well, lady, are you going to go looking for outer powers now?
No, I still got to get armor.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I guess that's it for today, huh?
Yes, sir. That was a
No, it was good.
blast.
Now is an end to our first arc, right? So very nice. Now, definitely come back later this week. We're doing Edgar Rice Burroughs on Drone Recorded Ultimate Edition. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm assuming Amron will do Jane. You know.
Who knows?
But as usual. But nevertheless, of course, come on back next week, and we will be continued Fortress of Hope. Awesome.
Fortress of
Well,
Hope.
later, everybody.
Later.
Night.
Goodbye.
Bye.